Hey, don't know if anyone's here, but hi, howdy, what's going on? Good to see you. Um, this might not be a long stream. I'm gonna be honest. I wanted to stream tonight because Yoshi is out with some friends, so I'm not gonna be bothering him, and he's not gonna be bothering me. So I figured it would be a good time to do it. But honestly, I couldn't decide on a game I wanted to play, um, and I'm kind of not feeling the best all around right now. So this might be a very short stream, depending on how things go. But I did want to stream. I did want to yap a little bit, maybe chat with y'all, if anyone comes by. So yeah, no real set plan or anything for this. Just yap, Q&A, whatever. Just chill vibes. If y'all want music, I could turn some music on in the background. Um, but yeah, no set structure to this. We can kind of do whatever. Uh, but yeah, there's nobody here yet. I don't even know why I'm saying all this, but whatever. No, everything looks good. Okay, cool. I guess I could share. I did a little writing last night. I could share that. I don't know. Don't even know if anybody is still around from the period that I wrote about, but yeah, I'm sure there's some people. I just mean like, you know, regular attendees. I don't know if anybody was around during the time. Um, hey, agent. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. expect more of a crowd at this time on a Saturday night, but I don't know. Maybe people got better things to do. That's fine. Yeah, I did a little writing last night. Don't even know how I'd show this. I guess I could just. Could probably pull this up on my computer. I don't know if anyone would get it. That's the thing. Like, I don't know how many like regular stream viewers were around at the time period where the thing that I wrote about was going on. So I don't know if anybody would get it. But I cooked a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I cooked. I did some cooking last night. Of course, I also went to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning, which I really should not have done. But whatever. I was talking to a friend and writing, so it's not like I was just on Instagram or whatever. Sorry if I'm low energy. I'm very tired and I'm not feeling 100%. I had a weird surge of motivation to start the day. I did a lot of things. I cut my fingernails, I showered, I shaved, I took my trash out, got the daily rip up early today. So it was a very productive start to the day, but I just crashed around like 5 o'clock. Probably even before that, honestly. I was kind of zoning out during the homily at church today. Wasn't trying to, but yeah, just guess I was just up too late. Yeah, nah, I don't do energy drinks. It's too much sugar. If I have an energy drink now, I'm not gonna be able to fall asleep. So that's definitely not happening. I don't do caffeine. I just don't. Gatorade's got way too much sugar in it. Trying to avoid carbs and sugar. So that, no. I pretty much just drink water. Honestly, that's really it. I don't drink soda. I don't drink Gatorade. I drink water. That's it. Yeah, Gatorade's zero sugar Gatorade sucks. Have you played Garden Warfare 2? I have. I actually streamed it back in the day. Only a couple streams, but I have a vivid memory of playing Garden Warfare 2. The one and only time that I can remember a fully Spanish-speaking viewer coming into chat. I forget where they said they lived, but I was like trying to understand what they were saying and respond in Spanish from the very limited Spanish that I knew. While I was playing Garden Warfare 2. I wasn't good. I remember I played Citron. That's about it. That's about all I remember. But yeah, I did play a little bit of Garden Warfare 2. Like very, very little. Couple of streams. Way back, like 2018-ish, something like that. Of course, I'd stream just about anything then. I was playing 2K, I was playing FIFA, I was playing Garden Warfare 2, I was playing Fortnite. Goodness gracious. I'm just not good at shooters. That's my problem. Also, I had no idea what was going on. Starting to think about when I want to do the minimum things Sticker Star playthrough. Because I played Sticker Star not too long ago, so I don't want to do it too soon. But I do want to do it eventually. I do not have the energy and motivation to start it right now, but I do eventually want to do a minimum things run, and then maybe I could turn it into a long form video, cut it together afterwards. Definitely won't be going for 100%, just because I've already done 100%. I can't even do 100% without, with minimum things. That doesn't even make sense. But, like, I'm probably not going to be going for, like, extra comet pieces and stuff. Like, unless they're super easy. Like, I'll probably get the Loop Loop River extra comet piece, because it's pretty easy. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I haven't really done a video game challenge run before. And I think Sticker Star is probably the perfect place to start just because I'm so familiar with it. So yeah, that'll be fun. Still trying to figure out if I want to beat Super Paper Mario. My heart's not in it. I'm not gonna lie. But like we're 3 chapters in. We're almost halfway through the game, so I almost want to just stick it out and finish it. But I don't know. I'm really not feeling it. Not that it's a bad game. Just not feeling it. I guess that's what I get for doing... I guess technically it's not a blind playthrough, but it's sort of a blind playthrough. So I end up kind of lost. So funny yesterday I found out the Super Boot was secretly top tier. Bro, my face when I killed that snow spike, and then my disappointment when I figured out it was only the first bounce. But yeah, I gotta give you a lot of thanks and credit, and I'll definitely if I make it, I'll definitely be giving you a shout out in the streams, and if I make it a long form video, I'll definitely be shouting you out because I figured Bowser was probably possible no things, but you were a great proof of concept, so you're definitely gonna get your flowers on that. Also, I just never realized how good the 1-ups were. And I think that's probably going to be essential for Gooper Blooper No Sponge. So, yeah, you're definitely going to get some credit for that. trying to think like other challenge runs I could do for any game. Like ones that haven't been done. The problem is all the good games, all the like, you know, decently popular ones, like have, you know, they've been done coinless, they've been done while crouching. You know, I feel like a lot of the ideas have been kind of done already. Maybe I'd go back to FNAF World and mess around with that a little bit. That one randomizer stream I did in the fall, I had a lot of fun with that. I streamed for like 5 hours. I had a great time. Maybe I'll return to the randomizer mod, or just base FNAF World. You can screw around with the files, and people have done that a lot though. Like people have increased the difficulty to 20. I think someone even did 9999 difficulty. With that, I'm pretty sure you gotta use insta-kills. Like, you just gotta get really lucky with insta-kills. But it's technically possible. Shout out to Dapper Waffle. What's going on, Hunter, by the way? How you doing? Shout out to Dapper Waffle, though. A lot of cool FNAF World ideas. Bro beat FNAF World in the demo was actually really cool. He's done a lot of cool FNAF World challenges. A lot of people have. I mean, Spiff did 157% and 20 difficulty. Partly Cloudy did 157% while high. That was interesting. He did 600% too, which isn't even a category. Like, he made a new category with the speedrun mods just to do it. That was pretty cool. Yeah, that was basically the criteria for 100%, which is weird with FNAF World, because what you would typically think is 100% isn't what that falls under 157. Because I don't know like all the details around it, but I know people like discussed it and they were like, this is way too much work for 100%. So like it's its own separate category. Waiting for someone to be stupid enough to do, I don't know, what 6 times. Hey Siri, what's 6 times 157? 942%. Somebody's gonna be crazy. Maybe it could be me. But then that's all gotta be one sitting. I don't want to do that. Bruh. Even if I'm hitting like world record pace for 157, I'm pretty sure that's 12 hours. And that's if every 157 run. Well, hold on. That doesn't make any sense because you get all endings for 157. So how would that even work? You just play 157% 6 times. I don't even know if that's like. I guess technically you could be like, oh, you know, whichever ending I get last in this run is the one for this one, and then I'll reset. But like, yeah, if you get world record pace. I'm pretty sure, unless world record's been beaten. Actually, let me check what world record for 157 is. Speedrun leaderboard. Yeah. 157. Okay. It has been beaten by about 5 minutes. um, yeah, the 157 world record is an hour 47 minutes. Um, yeah, Spiff didn't even submit his. Only 20 people have done it? There's only 20 people on the leaderboard? I could get on this leaderboard. Yeah, let's look at the rules. Hold on. Can't edit game files. No unscrew, escape key, reapers. You can't use unscrew? That's crazy. Wait, why? That's awful. No unscrew, no escape key, no reapers. No dodge, no mystery box. No major glitches is fine. Can't use multiple windows. You can't, like, beat drowning ending through UCN. Can't hold anything down on your keys. Oh, they provide you with an auto splitter. That's cool. Okay, so yeah, you can't use insta kills or like dodge items or anything. I could probably it wouldn't be high on the leaderboard. I don't know if I've ever beaten Chica's Magic Rainbow. Like, just straight up, I don't think I've ever beaten Chica's Magic Rainbow. Like, the minigame or the boss. I remember playing Update 2 back in the day. I'm pretty sure I beat Foxy.exe. I beat Freddy in Space. And I think that was about it. There's a new world record for Chica's Magic Rainbow 9 days ago. That's funny. 1 minute, 8 seconds. Wonder how optimized that is. I almost want to watch it. I almost want to watch world record attempts. Like, obviously I wouldn't be going for world record because I don't know the route. But, like, I'm pretty sure the route is just beat all the Halloween update minigames, beat Chica's Magic Rainbow, and then mow through the entire game with the Halloween characters. That's... Oh, okay, it doesn't say no slasher, though. Which makes sense. Because you need slasher for Chica's Magic Rainbow if you don't want to spend, like, hundreds of hours grinding your characters to where they may actually be able to do enough damage to kill. Hold on one sec, chat. I'm going to be right back. I'll probably still be typing in chat, but I gotta step away for a second. So, see you in a bit. Hello. I return. Thank you for your patience. Sorry, I'm just looking through the speedrun.com forum for FNAF World. Yeah, I could probably do a 157% speedrun. It wouldn't be good, but I could do one. Probably take me 5-6 hours. It'd be a long stream for sure, but I could probably do it. A lot of it is just waiting for character grinding, I'm pretty sure. What's going on, Eric? How you doing? I've been better. But I'm alive. I woke up today, and that's a blessing. So, overall, I guess I'm not doing too bad. I should spend more time looking through speedrun.com leaderboards. What should we do? What should we yap about? Oh, good, Pancake finally left. Sorry if that's mean, but to be completely honest, Pancake's been driving me up the frickin' wall for the past 48 hours. I know I should probably be handling this better and not in a public forum, but he's been driving me frickin' nuts, dude. I just his excuse for everything is, oh, well, I didn't know. It's like, it's in the rules. Read the rules. And then today I got, I can't find the rules channel. So I linked the rules channel. And he said, that's not there on my screen. All you have to do is click on the link that I sent. He does one more thing in chat or in Discord, I'm banning him off of everything. I refuse to put up with his crap anymore. I'm not doing it. Didn't even want to stream tonight because I figured he'd probably be here. We will not be playing Minecraft again until he probably moves on to something else and goes somewhere else. I'm not playing Minecraft with him around. I'm not doing it. And if he keeps begging for me to play Minecraft and start the server up, I'm just gonna ban him. Because I'm so sick and tired. It's funny, I haven't had to deal with someone like this for a while because I've been playing more stuff that I've wanted to do and then less stuff that caters to a younger audience. But I used to deal with these kids all the time. Among Us, Roblox, Minecraft. There was always at least one. Every time we played Minecraft, can you start the server up? Can you keep the server on? Can we play Minecraft today? When's your next Minecraft stream gonna be? And it's not, I don't have a problem. Damn, that actually sucks. I was looking forward to opening and closing that door 17 more times. I know. I know. Someone else. Someone gotta ruin the fun for everybody, bruh. That door is never gonna get opened and closed. But no, I used to deal with these kids regularly. What's going on, Benny? How you doing? I used to deal with them fairly regularly. Specifically on Minecraft, there was almost always one who would be like, "No, don't shut the server down. I want to play on the server. Can someone get in contact with him and tell him to start the server?" But, like, those were, like, annoying, but honestly more tolerable. Because generally, they were at least somewhat respectful. Or if they weren't, I just, like, timed them out, right? I've had people come into... I'm thinking of one person in particular whose name I won't say. But one person who comes into stream chat and is like, play this, play this, play this now. Mario, are you reading my chats? Play this, play this, play this. Like... I'm not one to critique someone else's parenting, right? I don't have children. I want children one day. I don't have children. But it really upsets me when I see people being disrespectful like that. People who just beg for stuff and expect to be given everything on a silver platter, and who completely, they have no regard for anyone else around them. They want what they want when they want it, and they're going to throw a fit if you say no. Those people bother me. They really do. And spoiled brat is probably the right term. And I used to deal with a lot of them. I used to deal with quite a few over the years, and I've learned, I've done better with handling them, but I still give them too much grace. I still give them too many chances. I should be even less forgiving than I am, but you know, part of me is like, oh, you know, well, if the person stops and then they don't stop. So it's my fault. It's 100% my fault. But no, if he does anything else, I'm banning him off of everything. He's gone from chat, he's gone from Discord. You should do a stream where you get a child from the orphanage and parent it right so this doesn't happen. Well, I'm not ready to raise a child. I've enough going on in my life as it is right now without having to care for a child. But I hugged my mom yesterday, and I just said, thank you for raising me properly. And she just laughed and was like, why? And I was like, because there's a lot of people that weren't raised properly. But yeah, and I'm not trying to be conceited or anything, but I am so unbelievably grateful that I was raised the way I was raised. That I wasn't given everything that I asked for. You know, I'm so grateful. I'm genuinely so grateful. It's taught me so much about the value of money and how to treat people with respect and the importance of working for what you want in life. Like, it's genuinely, I very much appreciate that I was told no as a child. In the moment it sucks, but you look back on it and you're like, man, you know, my parents really knew what they were doing, and they raised me right, and their parents raised them right. I hog money like it's my mom's life. I hate spending it. That was me for a really long time, honestly. I barely spent money before I got to high school, like at all. And then I spent like all of my money senior year of high school. I was legitimately cash poor by the end of my senior year. I would regularly have to go to my piggy bank and take out dozens and dozens and dozens of dollars of birthday money from over the years to refill my wallet because I paid cash for everything. Because cash is generally cheaper than card. There's generally some kind of, surcharge or fee if you use a card. So I paid cash for my gas for a really long time. And then I ran out of cash. Of course, I was also going out and getting $40 meals with my friends every week. So yeah. And then, brace yourselves if this word is offensive to you, but a couple summers ago, I got an actual job. I was a DoorDash driver previously. I had started working mainly to deal with OCD and intrusive thoughts and give me something to do. But yeah, summer of 2023, I got a job. I worked for a school district from like mid July through mid August, and it was a really interesting experience. One, because it was my first job, first time clocking in, sending in a pay sheet, that kind of stuff. But no, it was a really nice experience because it really helped me to realize, like, okay, if I spend $20 on this meal, that's an hour plus of work. That's an hour and a half at my old job. So it helped me to understand the value of money more, and that has helped me to, and my dad has as well. My dad is like, and I don't mean this in a negative way, and my grandfather was this way, on my dad's side was this way as well. Um, coupons, deals, buy one, get one, that type of stuff. And again, I mean that in a positive way, because like, if I'm on like a delivery app or something, I'm always looking for a buy one get one. If I'm look at the Daily Rip, for example, I'm looking for value. I'm looking for how many packs can I get per dollar, in this bundle. So I I'm glad that I was raised how I was raised, and that I have sort of learned the value of money so I can make it last. Um, but yeah, I was raised well, and I'm glad I was raised well. And not everyone was, and I can see that in some of the people that I interact with. Um, and it's not everyone, but there are some people. Is that, Agent, is that the content meter or the content meter? I assume the content meter, like content with life kind of thing. Oh, like entertainment meter. Okay. Um, only at 45%. Okay, we need to up the. We need to. We need to increase the quality of the content. Chat. What should we do? Add doggo. Do I still have doggo? I do. There he is. Stick him in the corner. He's comfortable in the corner. He spent a lot of time there. Take denomination quiz. Oh yeah, didn't Abby send that? Yeah, I wish I was doing more, and I'm sorry if I am boring people. I'm just... I don't know, man. I'm feeling a little bit better now than I was, but I'm still not. Oh, that was you. Why did I think that was Abby? Okay. I'm going to take the Christian denomination alignment quiz here. Okay. 63 questions? Hold on. I didn't realize it was 63 questions. Bible book tier list? I haven't read them all. Oh, okay. I got you, Agent. I got you. We could do tier lists. I feel like the last time we did tier lists, it was really boring and underwhelming, though. I don't know. Excuse me. Sorry. Should we go on Roblox and look for a date? That's not a feature yet, I don't think, but that would be funny. I could show y'all what I wrote. Thank you, Agent. Bible game on Roblox. Oh, actually, I do have some stuff I want to spitball at you guys. Let me know if any of it's good. Hold on. How long is stream delay? Can I change it? I don't think I can change it while live. I'm pretty sure I had it on ultra low, but it seems like it's taking a while between when I'm talking and when people are responding. Alright, I want to test something. Chat, type 1 as soon as you hear me say type 1. Okay, that was like 8 seconds. That's longer than I would have wanted. It's on ultra low. I have stream delay disabled, so I don't think doing that would help. I could put process priority on. No, I don't think that would help with delay. It's not awful. It's just I've had it at like 3 seconds before, and I would prefer it that way. 8 seconds isn't terrible, I guess. Yeah, anyway, I had an idea that I wanted to run by you guys. I've been thinking of like a way to do this where I wouldn't be like being a bad Catholic. I want to do like not church services, more like extensions of Bible time. If Eric knows what Bible time is, I think Benny, you probably also know what Bible time is. I want to do like, maybe we could do some hymns, like we could play some hymns or something. We could do like scripture discussion and stuff. Not like a formal church service, but like, definitely something with like a focus on, scripture and connecting with Jesus. I was thinking about that during Mass today. Like, I think it'd be cool to do something that's like not anything formal, because I can't, I'm not ordained, but I think that would be cool. Obviously I haven't done as much lately with like Bible time and stuff like that. So that's something that I would like to, maybe implement as a semi-regular thing. Maybe once a month, once every couple of weeks or so, we could do like I'm probably not going to be singing hymns because I don't want to expose myself. But, we could do like almost like a Bible study kind of, stream. Or something to that effect where we listen to some bangers, some... Eric, do you still have that playlist we made for worship team? Maybe we could take from the worship team playlist and play some of those. They're probably heavily copyrighted, but whatever. Who cares? I don't monetize my streams anymore anyway. We should all evangelize at a satanic temple and play Last to be Burned away. Next Mr. Beast video. Me and my 4 Christian friends are at a satanic temple, and the last of us to be burned alive by the non-believers wins $100,000. Hitting the SpongeBob while praying. Nah, but I do want to do more faith-related stuff. Again, it probably won't be, like, super consistent, like, weekly or anything, but, maybe once a month. Maybe do a Bible study type of thing, or, something like that. I think that'd be cool. Just something to think about. But, yeah, that was a thought that I had. One thing I could do is I could show off the writing I did last night. I say last night, it was actually this morning. Am I on the right email? I am on the right email. Okay. Is this all going to fit on one screen? No, absolutely not. Oh, this was 3 pages? Chat, this was 3 pages. I didn't realize it was this long. Alright, man. I did cook with this. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, who's DMing me? Okay. W. Benny? W. Benny? Sorry. Unfortunate truth, Eric. It's a crazy world we live in. Although, according to the Wall Street Journal, I think it was the Wall Street Journal or some major news source, there may be some. That situation may not be over with just yet. But anyway, yeah, this was actually like 3 full pages. I mean, not really, because I kind of split it up into lines. I wrote this like a YouTuber apology video. I wrote this like a YouTuber apology video. It's actually so funny. Oh, shoot. Alright, how am I gonna show this off? Oh, they won't show side by side? That sucks. Alright, whatever. How do I show this off? This is probably too long for a single chat message. I guess I'll just... I don't want to expose my... Is there anything here that would, like, expose me or dox me or anything? Yes, the entirety of my contact list. Okay. Okay, let's not click that. Yeah, I don't need my cousin getting a call from a random person who just decides that they want to call that number and see who it is. Okay. I will put myself in the corner, and bada bing, bada boom, here we are. Actually, I will put myself in the other, whoops. I will put myself in the other corner, because I think this is better. I guess I'll just read it out at the same time, so people can keep up a little better. I didn't really do a different voice for my character, so I guess I'll, like, keep it the same. But yeah, Actually, do I want to read this? I don't know. Again, I don't even know how many people in chat were, like, around. I could full screen this, maybe? Yeah, this might make it easier. I don't even know who was around when, again, for the time period where this was happening. I don't know if... I mean... Benny... I don't even know if you were here yet, honestly. I don't know if anyone in this chat was around when this was still going on. When this part happened. That's crazy. The new gens, the young bloods, they don't know about the greatest they don't know about the greatest series ever made. Nah. I don't know if I want to read this out, honestly. Like, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to people who don't understand it. I guess to like sum it up. So the other night when we were playing, quote unquote, playing Minecraft, and I basically spent most of the time looking at old videos. Um, this is one of like the old things that we were looking at. Um, Basically, I was talking about that SMP that meant so much to me. This is that SMP. Basically, there's far too many streams to like catch you up on, but basically the lore was I was just kind of existing, and then I died in the Nether one time and keep inventory was on, and instead of just being like, oh, keep inventory is on, that's cool, um I don't think it was supposed to be. I don't remember why it was. I played it off as like, wait a minute, it must have just been a dream. I woke up here in my bed. I dreamed that I died in the Nether, but then I still had all the blocks in my inventory. And I was like, what? Huh? How is that possible? And then I hit it with a to be continued. And that became like a central sticking point to like my lore for the rest of the SMP. Um, but basically, I end up like, there's like this overarching force that like talks to me and is like very passive aggressive and stuff. And I end up like meeting a bunch of other people who have all had like encounters with this force, and we end up like we end up starting a country together. Like we end up as friends, and we end up starting a full on nation together. Um, just to like kind of, you know, consolidate our efforts and our resources and everything. And there was a whole like arc about like this force like took over someone's body, like just straight up possession, and we had to like exorcise the spirit out of out of the prison. And like that process like kind of killed the person, but like didn't, like, because like everyone had 3 canon lives that they could lose. Like if you just died in normal gameplay, it didn't really matter, but you know, you had 3 lore relevant lives that you could lose before your character was like officially dead. um and so like she was on her last one, and then like the exorcism like killed her, but then like it didn't kill her, and she was alive and was trying to figure that out. And then she like went on a quest to I don't even remember what she was trying to find. She went on a quest to go, I think, find something to like make her whole or immortal or something. And she was like the leader of the civilization, and I was second in command, so like I took over as leader of the civilization. But like that was the last major plot point that ever happened before the SMP completely died. So this document, which I wrote at like 3 o'clock in the morning, this is like my final statement regarding, you know, my position as leader and the civilization, and you know what's happened before. I mean, I guess I don't want to spoil it. Like if you want to read through it, I can drop the link. You'll probably, is there a way for me to hold on a minute, I'm gonna hide this in case I end up doxing anything. I don't want to do that accidentally. Um, Is there any way... Can I change privileges on this? So like anybody can access it? I don't want add-ons. Make the visibility. Yeah, yeah. Share. Yeah, here. Yeah, here. Anyone with the link. Yeah, that's what I want. And then anyone with the link can be a viewer. I don't want anyone with the link to be able to edit. But now I think anyone with the link can view it, so I'll drop the link if you want to read this. If you don't, I get it. But yeah, there's that. But yeah, it's like a whole... it's like a kind of like a journal entry that turns into like an official decree for the nation. And if you don't have like a lot of context from the SMP series, like it probably won't make a lot of sense. But I sent it to Fear last night, or I guess this morning. And I guess she thought it was pretty good. It was it was kind of hard to gauge. But yeah, I just kind of I locked in for a little bit. And yeah, I wrote this up. And I don't know. I feel like I cooked, but the thing is, like, nobody who's still around remembers. Nobody who's still around was around during the SMP days, so nobody's gonna get it. I was gonna do like a whole big reveal where I did like voice acting for it, and I made a whole video, and I titled it something mysterious like finale.mp4 or something, and it was gonna be this whole big thing. And now I'm realizing, like, nobody who watches stream regularly was around during the SMP. So, like, nobody's gonna get it. Nobody's gonna understand. Which is a shame, because it was really fun. That's something we could react to, like, old videos. Do y'all want to do that? That could be fun. We could react to... It doesn't just have to be related to that. It could be, like, other old videos. I could make fun of myself. That could be fun and interesting. It's probably going to be mostly streams, not actually a whole lot of full-on videos, because I haven't made a whole lot of full-on videos, to be completely honest with you, but... What do you mean I got a 3.8 GPA? Hunter, what are you doing? Whatever you're doing, stop doing it. Not the first time this has happened either. How did you figure that out from my email address? Oh, you know what? You probably found my LinkedIn. That's probably what you found. You probably just looked my name up, found my LinkedIn or something. Yeah. I haven't updated my LinkedIn in like 9 months. Hold on, wait. Oh, shoot. That's funny. Is my LinkedIn with my personal email? No, it's gotta be my personal email, right? Yeah, it is. Oh, you know where I go to school now. That's bad. Okay. How did you... Wait a second. How did you find... How'd you find my GPA from that? I'm so confused. In my about? Is it? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, fair. My resume is probably here, so I should live updating my resume. Nah, I do need to update my resume though. I don't even think I have it on this computer. I haven't updated my resume in a while. Do I still have... I have it on my school laptop, but I haven't touched that in like months. I need to get a better picture of myself for my LinkedIn. It's just not... It's not really all that good. Honestly, that's a pretty good about section, I'm not gonna lie. Not too much has changed other than the certifications that I've gotten. I've made one post on LinkedIn ever. That's funny. Who are the people that even reacted to this? I know some of them. I forgot I did this. That's funny. That means you can see where I went to high school. I really need to be more careful about sharing this information. Because now you can see where I go to college, you can see where I went to high school. Like, I really have to be more careful about... I mean, my name's not a secret. I had to provide it so people could send stuff to the P.O. box when I had the P.O. box. Like, it's not a secret, but I didn't realize how much information you could get just from a name. I do gotta update my resume, though. I got 2 certifications. Technically 1, and I'm working on the other one, but we'll put it in there anyway. I got 2 certifications to add to my resume. I'll be done with the other one in about a month, hopefully. Anyway, what do y'all say? What do y'all think about reacting to some old videos? Good idea? Fun? No, don't do that. It sucks. Just read the full document. I thought it was pretty fire. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you, Agent. Thank you. Thank you. Fear said it made her cry. I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But hopefully that's a emotionally moving cry and not a, bro, this dude writing so ass. This dude's writing is so... Nah, but... Yeah, we could react to some old videos. I'm down. I'm down. We could react to some rather infamous ones. That could be fun. Alright, let me shrunk myself again here. What? What the f... Hold on. Nah. Wait. No. What? Oh, it's not capturing cursor. Why aren't you capturing cursor? No, you are capturing cursor. What? What is this? What is this? Nah. Ain't no way. Y'all are... No. I am not gonna sit here and let y'all disrespect the actual godfather of 2K. Y'all are not gonna do this. Y'all are not... Also, this video has 38 views. Why is this in my recommended? Y'all are not gonna disrespect the actual GOAT of 2K. Like, there is no single man more synonymous with 2K than Chris Smoove. You are not gonna disrespect my GOAT like that. I'm with Call Me Eli on this. Listen, I think the argument is like, okay, Jesser and Agent make like higher quality videos, and that's probably true. But they don't make 2K content anymore. I'm gonna get too upset about this. I'm gonna get too upset about this. Why is Legend of Winning tweeting this, by the way? Why is Legend of Winning tweeting this, by the way? That's like a relatively big YouTuber. Why are you tweeting about this? What beef could you possibly have with Chris Smoove, of all people? Who has beef with Chris Smoove? Actually, though. Alright, anyway. We're going to the channel. We're gonna go away from the randomness. Golly. I've uploaded 8 videos in the last 3 years. 8 videos. That's insane. Only 2 of them are over 30 minutes. I want to, real quick, this isn't probably the most influential video of all time. I want to go back. I want to react to my charity stream announcement video. Oh my, the beard. I forgot about the beard. Alright, whatever. We're going to firm it. It's fine.
Hey guys. So, it's difficult for me to intro this video because...
It's difficult to look at you, bro. I've said this before. Who let me do this? Why didn't someone, like, shoot me? Or in any way tell me that this looked terrible?
I'm going to go in a lot of different directions with it, so I don't exactly know how to start it off. But, first of all, welcome. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you're new here, hi, welcome to the channel.
No, I didn't want to shave it. You're right. You're 100% right. I did not want to shave this beard. Because at the time I was like, oh yeah, I got a beard. Like, this is the first time I really grew out a beard in my life. So I was like, yeah, I got a beard. Like, oh, this is sick. I've never done this before. I was scared to shave it. Because I thought I was going to screw it up and it was going to look dumb. That's why I didn't shave it. Originally, it was just a No Shave November thing that I was doing. For, like, the Movember stuff. But then I just didn't shave it. Listen, it ended up okay. We raised, like, $500 for St. Jude, and I shaved it then. But this was not a good look for me.
And I want to start with a thank you to everyone. A sincere thank you to everyone who's been watching my channel, especially lately, but just in general. As
I look very thin.
many of you probably know, I'm in college. I just finished my freshman year of college, and it was something. It was interesting. It was definitely a transition. It wasn't all good. It wasn't all bad, but it was a lot.
It was mostly bad. It was mostly bad. I did get pied in the face that stream. Yoshi pied me in the face. One of the few times he's ever been on camera on this channel. Yoshi pied me in the face. I waxed my legs. I had like coworkers and people I ran into ask me about that after the fact. Like, bro, what's up with your leg? I was like, so.
It was a lot. There was a lot to adjust to.
But yeah, no, my first year of college was mostly miserable.
There was a lot to figure out, and there was a lot to learn. But, you guys have been extremely supportive through all of it, and I truly mean that.
This is true. The support was crazy. Like, just... This was, like, probably not peak channel, but, like, coming off of, like, not too long after the channel was at its peak. When I left for college was probably, like, right after, like, our absolute peak. And there was still mad support, even after I left, and I was being mad inconsistent.
I mean, the well wishes I've received from you guys, and just
That's true. I got a lot of well wishes when I left, which really meant a lot to me.
how supportive you've been of everything that's going on, and I really appreciate it more than I can say, and I truly mean that.
Remember the college dorm streams, which wasn't that long ago? Which one? I've lived in 5. 6, actually, at this point. I've lived in 6 different dorms. That's not supposed to happen. No, only 5. 5 different dorms. That's not supposed to happen. I've lived in 5 different dorms in my time in college. One of them I lived in twice, so technically it's not 6. But yeah, I've lived in 5 different dorms. It's not good. Not good.
I'd say probably the 2 biggest things that bothered me about my channel while I was away was, 1, my upload schedule.
Still true. I still don't have any consistent streaming schedule. The only thing saving me is the fact that I get a daily rip up every day.
And 2, the quality of content I was putting.
Yeah. That, absolutely. There was a string of shorts where, like, I would upload... This was, like, kind of at the beginning of YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts was not what it was now. It was in its infancy. I would, like, upload a video of what I was eating at the dining hall that day. And then, like, flip the camera around, give a thumbs up, and, like, that was the video. It was abysmal quality content. It was really, really bad. So, yeah.
Putting out. And I addressed this in another video I did a couple months ago. My upload schedule, there's no sugarcoating it. It was awful. It was an unmitigated disaster. It was terrible. There was no consistency. There were times I'd promise, yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow, and then radio silence. And then there's like, oh yeah, you know, I start up a stream, and then I'm muted for the next 30 minutes, and then it's just, oh.
Part of this isn't my fault, but part of this is my fault. Like, was anybody gonna kill me if I streamed while my roommates were in the room? Probably not. But I just didn't feel comfortable doing it. This was dorm 1, by the way. I should clarify that. This was the first of the 5 dorms that I've lived in. I moved out in March because I couldn't take it anymore. The stuff that my roommates were doing was just it drove me insane and put me in some really uncomfortable situations, and I couldn't take it anymore, and I moved to a single. And shockingly, my upload schedule magically got better. But yeah, no, it was pretty bad when I was in that initial dorm. I mean, I was taking like a study room in my building. I'd bring like my laptop, my webcam, my mouse, my microphone, like all in my arms. I'd bring it into a study room at like midnight. I remember once I was in a study room at midnight filming myself eating Applebee's. And that was the stream. I did mukbangs in my first semester of college. That's how bad it got. I did actual mukbang content on this YouTube channel during my first semester of college. It was... we are never going back there. The depths were so low. We're never going back there. It was bad. It was really, really, really bad. But yeah,
It was frankly, it was embarrassing.
It was. Absolutely. That's the right word for it. It was mortifying.
Really not good. And again, I addressed
Just like the beard.
I believe back in March, if I remember correctly, I addressed this and I said that I wasn't happy with the content that I was putting out, and that's the second thing I want to get into is the quality. But specifically when it relates to my upload schedule, I can only apologize. You know, obviously I had a lot going on with classes.
The beard almost looks fake. It almost looks like I glued something onto my face.
Curriculars, you know, a new living situation, kind of really having to care for myself for the first time. And I'd like
Congratulations, you're a college student, just like everybody else. You want a trophy?
to say that I tried to upload consistently, and I did at times, but I could have done a lot better. Looking back, I think I pulled it around a bit towards the end, but especially like in the
After I moved into a new dorm and was living by myself.
fall, that's really what I mean when I'm talking about this is like my content from like September through like I don't know, December, January. It just wasn't good. It was just terrible. So I apologize for my inconsistency. I apologize for any promises I broke, and thank you all for sticking with me through all of that inconsistency. The second thing is the quality of the content. Again, September through like January, terrible. 90% of what I did was shorts. It was the exact same video over and over again. You guys are worth so much more than that. I was frankly undervaluing you all as an audience with that kind of content. I can really only apologize. You know, it was quick, it was easy to make, it was doing fairly well. I thought, oh, this is a win-win. But now I look back at it, there's no creativity, there's no originality, there's no substance. Frankly, nobody has a reason to care. And I don't blame people for not...
Honestly, my editing, it's simple on this, but the way I cut and spaced my words, I actually think I did a really good job on this.
caring, because there is no reason to care. I gave people no reason to care about that content. And I am grateful that I didn't lose people during that time period.
I would lose people, eventually.
Because the amount of effort that I was putting into my content...
Oh, my background sign still works at this point. It's very broken. It only stays on this color. The remote doesn't really work anymore.
...is minimal. And people...
At least I don't think so. I've tried it like multiple times. I don't even know where the remote got to. I'm not looking for it. I don't care.
still come to my streams and watch my content, and I am extremely grateful for that, because that content is genuinely embarrassing. It is like on par with like my early channel content levels of embarrassing, but this more so just because I had the means for better content and I chose to put out worse, easier, more shallow content anyway.
Slop.
And I'm sorry for that. So I apologize once again, and I think...
But now I have a daily series that's actually something of substance that I can be proud of. Which is cool.
Thank you for sticking with me through that. With that being said, I would like to think that recently I've done a bit better of a job. Not perfect, obviously. We've had our issues. However, I've been more consistent. I've put out more content. I've put out longer content. I've put out content with more substance and more quality to it, at least in my personal opinion. I feel free to give me your thoughts on that as well. But in my opinion, I've put out content that has more to it. That's great. I was still kind of limited by my living situation. I'm living on a floor with other people. You know, I don't want to make too much noise. You know, I only have access to certain things.
Shut up and do it. If somebody knocks on your door and tells you to shut up, then shut up. But just do it.
As you might be able to see from behind me, that is no longer a factor. I'm home now. I just finished my freshman year. I am home. I don't live with anyone other than my family now. They know that I do this. They don't have a problem with me doing this, assuming I'm not egregiously loud at 3 o'clock in the morning. That changes a lot. I have my entire setup.
The editing is kind of peak on this, I'm not gonna lie. I mess with the editing.
At my disposal, a lot more software at my disposal, and
you say that, brother, you're still recording on an Alienware with a pixel quality of bank CCTV footage. It's not something to brag about.
Pretty much the ability to stream whatever the heck I want. That means big things for what the channel could become this summer. In terms of my upload schedule, I'm considering getting a job. I haven't fully made a decision yet on whether I'm going to get a job or I'm going to take a certification class. I have options and I haven't fully made a decision yet because one...
I would end up getting a... Did I not have it figured out at this point? I feel like I would have had the interview already. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
I just got back into. I've been sick over the past couple of days. That'll probably be taking up some of my time. I don't know how much it'll be taking.
Also, side note. I think, the most sick that I've ever been coming home from my freshman year of college. I was so ill, and it lasted for like a week. I was so miserable. Like, it was actually pain and suffering. Like, I was violently ill for like a week after I came home. It was bad. It was really, really bad. I remember, my grandmother, rest her soul, passed away while I was away at school, and my family sort of delayed her, like, a service we were going to have for her until I got home so I could be there. And I could barely hold it together. Like, I was barely eating. And I'll eat anything you put in front of me. Like, genuinely, I'll eat anything. I have a very sophisticated palate. I love pretty much all different types of food. And I barely ate anything. I was so ill. I was barely keeping it together. It was bad. I was as sick as I've ever been in my life for like the first week after I came home from my freshman year. Not super relevant to this video, but it was bad. It was really bad.
Into my upload consistency, but it might, because I am going to do one of those things. Other than that, I really don't have all that much to do. I have no schoolwork to do, which is weird, because that's all I've been doing for like 10 months. I have no other work to do. Besides that, I have a lot of free time, and frankly, I want to use it, and I'm excited to use it. And now we get into the stuff that I'm going to use it for, and this is what I'm really, really, really excited to share with you guys. So, first and foremost, this is one of the things I'm most excited to share. I've mentioned this for a couple weeks now on stream, but I'm going to make this my full public announcement of this. It's not finalized. It's not fully detailed out yet, but it's in the works. I want to do a full-on charity stream. Not like my Team C's thing from a couple years ago, a full-on donation goal charity stream. And I am working on ironing out the kinks, getting some feedback from my mod team, and seeing what the best way to go about that is.
I had an active mod team at this point, like probably a group of like 5 to 10 mods who would show up to stream consistently, and that's just not the case anymore.
If you guys have any input on that, feel free to let me know. All opinions, all advice, greatly appreciated. I've never done anything like this before, so please feel free to leave anything that you think could help me or you think is a good idea. Go ahead. Leave it in the comments, send me a DM, whatever. More than happy to take a look at it. The main reason I want to do this is this right here. Because the first thing people say...
Yo, Darker Pines! What's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thanks for commenting on my writing the other day. It made me happy because it didn't do as well as I wanted it to. Was this the charity stream where you shaved your beard? Yes. I think I'm about to get into that in a second.
When they join a live stream is...
Whoa, dude, you've got a beard now.
And that's great. But it's kind of like what people know me for now. So I want to turn it into something good. We can support a good cause and do something interesting. We can get like the best of both worlds. And I'm really looking forward to doing this. This is something that I
looked horrendous with the beard while I had it. But honestly, I'm glad I kept it and did the charity stream. I really am. Because we were able to do good with it, and that means more to me than looking kind of hideous for a couple months.
really want to do. Essentially, we're going to have some donation goal. I haven't decided it yet. That's probably one of the biggest roadblocks for me is deciding the donation goal. So I'm going to get some input on that from people and see what people suggest or what people recommend. But essentially, we set a goal. We hit the goal. I clean shave. And that money goes to a charity of some kind. I originally said I wanted to donate it to an Alzheimer's organization. And that is still on the table. I personally feel very strongly about curing Alzheimer's, finding a cure, and, supporting research for Alzheimer's. I've lost several grandparents to Alzheimer's. It is a terrible feeling. A feeling that I wouldn't wish on anyone. That was really the first thing that popped into my head to support because, that's something that I personally have a connection to. And I know the pain of watching a loved one deal with Alzheimer's.
I forgot that was my original plan, was to do an Alzheimer's organization. I wouldn't mind supporting an Alzheimer's organization at some point with a fundraiser. I thought about doing, like, more charity streams further, making it almost like a yearly thing, but I don't know. I think maybe sometime after I graduate, we'll do something like that. Or... because I don't know if I have enough time to set one up before I go back to school and, like, hammer out all the details. But I would love to support an Alzheimer's organization at some point. I think that'd be really cool.
And any support that would allow other people to not have to go through that same pain. The thought of that is, it's great. It really is. And I'd love to support a cause like that. But, of course, that's only scratching the surface of what we could support. There's a million incredible causes that we could support with this fundraiser. We could do St. Jude. We could do something related to asthma or world hunger or environmental support or abuse or suicide prevention. There's a million different incredible causes we could support. And again, leaving this open to you guys. If you have a cause that you think that I should take into consideration, drop it down below, send me a DM, send it to my contact email, whatever. I want input from you guys on all of this stuff because I want this to be the best it could possibly be. So please, if you have any input on anything I say in this video, do not be afraid to share. So that's probably one of the biggest announcements is I want to do this charity stream. If we hit the...
I had other announcements?
Donation incentive.
I don't remember these.
Clean shave, and I want to support a good cause. I also just kind of want to relaunch the channel a little bit. Channel's kind of dead. And I don't mean that in a...
Oh, buddy. You had no idea how bad it would get. Yeah, my channel's kinda dead. Pal. Oh my, you young naive fool, you.
derogatory way to everyone who's been coming to stream and supporting me lately, because I very much appreciate those people. However, we've kind of stagnated. We're not really going much of anywhere. And I don't know how I feel about that. In the past, I've been very somber about situations like this. I've been very down in the dumps, very...
Oh, we're not going anywhere. I'm depressed. I don't know what to do. I'm frustrated.
I'm going to take a different approach to this. Instead of getting upset about the fact that we haven't really gone anywhere lately, I want to mix it up. Try some stuff. Give some stuff a shot. Throw some...
Spoiler alert, that didn't happen. Because I had to make an entire dedicated video at the start of this year, the Big 25, about how I was going to do the exact same thing, and then I actually committed to it.
Wrenches into the works, see what happens. That's the thing about this. We're at a standstill. We're at essentially a net zero right now. Nowhere to go but up. I could try whatever.
Incorrect. Incorrect. There is in fact somewhere else to go besides up, and it's down.
And again, this is where you guys come in. Feedback. What should I play? What kind of content should I make? Do you want short form content? Do you want videos? Do you want live streams? Do you want a combination of all of the above? Now that I have more free time, I have more time to ask you guys about these things, to receive feedback about these things, and to actually act on that feedback and turn that into content. So, this is where I open the floor to you guys. What do you guys want to see? Do you want to see Roblox? Do you want to see Minecraft? Do you want to see something I've never played before in my life? Completely up to you. I may just start an ideas document, scroll through the comments section, scroll through the Discord, take down a whole bunch of different things, and then just rattle them off one by one by one. Give them a shot. See if people like it. Not opposed to doing that in the slightest. Because frankly, I want to switch it up. I want to change it up. I want to do new things. I want to be unique, and I want to kickstart the channel again. Because I feel like we have the potential to do really great things this summer. Beyond that, I want to start running this channel more professionally. I want to really communicate with my staff, my moderators, my friends, and I really want this to feel like a professional atmosphere.
I don't know what I meant by this. I had like, I don't even know how many subs I had at this point. Probably like 200 less than I have now.
I'm not quitting and going full time. I want to make...
Every time I meet Mike IRL, he asks me when I'm quitting and going full time. Like every time. That's not ever gonna happen. I mean, we'd have to legitimate... Like, I'm too close to my degree. I at least want my degree. I'm one semester away from my degree. Even if we hit 10 million subscribers tomorrow, I'm finishing my degree. After that, we'd have to see. But, you know, I'm too close to finishing my degree to drop out. This has always been my dream job, but, you know, I unfortunately was extremely busy for the first half of this year, so now that I'm free, I win. W. This is my dream job. Like, if I could have any job in the world, I'd want to be a YouTuber, but I'd want to be a YouTuber who can pay an editor and pay somebody to do thumbnail art for them, because those are not my areas of expertise. I can, like, do the funny on the screen, maybe, according to some people, but... Like, there's so much other stuff that goes into it that it's so much time and effort, and it's not particularly appealing to me. So, yeah. But no, YouTube still, to this day, is my dream job. You know, if I could have any job in the world, I'd want to be a YouTuber.
Make that clear. That's not happening. But I really want to take this more seriously. Because of time constraints and living constraints and things like that, I really wasn't able to take it too seriously in college. I streamed when I could or when I felt like it. Now, I have a lot more freedom and flexibility. I can take this as seriously as I want, and I want to take this seriously. I want to be consistent. I want to stream / record / upload often. I want to communicate with my mod team, and I want to run this right. So, again, feedback. If there's anything you guys want to see, anything, do Do you like our reactivation of the Streamlabs bot? Is there anything
Rip Streamlabs bot.
else you want to see? Can I incorporate viewer suggestions better?
Probably. But eventually I reached a point where I just got sick and tired of dealing with viewer suggestions, so I said, screw it. You're going to get Super Paper Mario and you're going to like it.
Am I not taking other things into account? Let me know. I am more than happy to take any advice that you guys have. And I'm excited to see what this summer brings.
Here's some advice for you, sir. You should have quit YouTube after the charity stream. Should have ended on a high note. If only viewer suggestions didn't suck. It's not that they suck necessarily. It's just that like game suggestions were fine. It's like once I was playing Roblox, that's what drove me nuts. Was like people like, no, go play this game. You know, go play Forsaken. Go play Grow a Garden. Go play. Can you play my game? Here's the link to my game. Like, that's the stuff that drove me nuts, right? Like, that's what really drove me to make the changes. I wanted to enjoy YouTube again. I didn't want to be at everyone's beck and call and, you know, doing what everybody wanted me to do. I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
For the channel. Because I feel really free on YouTube for the first...
You feel free because you're not in a room with 5 alcoholics every single day. I probably shouldn't have said that. They're probably not alcoholics, but... How much charity donation for you to grow the beard back? Ooh. Thousands, Eric. Thousands of dollars. Legitimately thousands of dollars. That's probably not ever going to happen again. I can rock with a little stubble. I actually think I look okay with a little stubble. But I don't know if I'll ever be going... I probably will never go full on beard again. You should play my game right now. If you don't, I'll tell him... I'll find you. My dad owns Roblox, and I'll tell him to ban you and take all your Robux away. I got $2. Anyone got the rest?
First time in a long time. I feel really free and like I could go in any direction, and I want to make the most of it. Any feedback.
You have said basically this exact thing 17 times over the course of your channel's history. You have acted on it exactly once.
Feedback is greatly appreciated.
I wasn't kidding, by the way. I should have quit after the charity stream. I should have just retired on a high note.
Take it into account, and I'm excited to see what this summer brings. One more thing, merch.
If you've ever bought merch from me, you're entitled to financial compensation, I think. Oh my gosh. The fact that I was dead serious about this. And I was like, yeah, if you guys want merch, let me know. Pal, you have maybe 1,500 subscribers? Who's gonna buy merch from you outside of your direct family? Oh, I was so serious. I was so serious about this, like anybody cared. I've made exactly one merch drop after this statement, by the way. It was up for less than 24 hours before Teespring took it down. It was up just long enough for Eric to buy a mug, and that was it. Obligatory, I have to show the image. Obligatory, I need to show the mug image moment. It's so large. I forgot how large the image was. If anyone was curious what the mug that Eric bought looked like, here it is. It is a really good design. See, I have like thoughts about why they took it down. They either took it down because I AI upscaled the image because it was too low quality, or because that image is copyrighted, or maybe it's like a crypto coin scam or something now, like a bunch of other memes. But it was a banger. I can't lie, it was a banger. Just the plain text and then like the intense like trucker font at the bottom. I love it so much. Nobody's gonna get this joke either, because this was a at the time of like the video that we're watching right now, this joke wasn't a thing. This wasn't a thing for like probably another 3-4 months after this video. But basically, my friend Mike would come into stream chat like in the fall of like 2023. There was this one girl who she was around not too long ago, probably a month or so ago. And basically flirt with her, but like say platonically after everything, so he wasn't like, actually flirting with her, to try and like, soften the blow if he got rejected. And it was like actually they took it like kind of fake serious. He would legitimately go to me and be like, dude, let me know when she's in chat. So like whenever she's in chat, I would text her and be like, hey, your platonic girlfriend is here. He has an actual real life girlfriend now, by the way. I believe he's going to see her soon. But yeah, that's what this mug was in reference to. I made this earlier this year. And I was absolutely devastated when it got taken down. Because I mean, this design is like oh yeah, the reason it's the M&M, by the way, is that's Mike's profile picture for his YouTube channel. So, in case anybody was curious about that, but yeah, that's the context behind the platonic Lee mug. It's honestly such a banger. I'm not even gonna lie. It's the single best piece of merch I've ever put out. I'm really upset the design got taken down.
Been a while since I dropped some actual decent quality merch.
And by been a while, you mean you've literally never done that once.
Would you guys want to see that? Yes.
No.
Yes or no? If
no.
So, do you have any design ideas?
Yeah, the design idea is nothing. You should not sell merch because you are actively scamming people who buy it.
Any suggestions?
By the way, up until I don't remember when I did this, but I did have merch for sale. And I took it down. I took the merch down. My bitrate is dropping astronomically. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Actually, what happened? I have no idea what happened. I'm sorry about that. But I had legitimate merch up, and the designs were so bad that I, just in case anyone had any inkling of a chance of buying anything, I took it down. Because I put so little effort into it that I felt like I was scamming people, and that's the last thing I ever wanted to do. So I just flat out took the design. Why is my bitrate dropping so rapidly? What is going on in the background in my computer that I did not authorize? What is happening? Why is this... Why is Discord open in the background? Don't do that. Why is it dropping? Like, stop. Oh, Steam is also open? That could be part of it. Bro, Steam, please. I clicked end task and you opened Steam. Okay. It's still dropping. I've closed Steam. I've closed Discord. What else can I physically close? I can close Task Manager, I guess. I have 2 apps open. I have my streaming software and my web browser. OBS, please. Just keep it together. Anyway, well, we can finish this video now.
I know we have some incredible artists in the community, and I'd be more than happy to split.
This I would absolutely still be willing to do, by the way. We do have some fantastic artists in this community. I don't really keep up communicating with them as much as I used to, but there are some incredibly talented artists in this community. And I would be willing to split profits with people if they wanted to make a design and sell merch with it.
But the revenue with them, again, that's on the table. I've been approached by at least one person for the possibility of artwork on merchandise, and we could split the profits. And I think it would be so freaking cool to have some really high quality Mario Man 252 merch, because the merch that I put out so far, like, don't get me wrong, it's comfy, it's cozy, it's solid, but it could be...
Yeah, the material itself is fine. The designs are just, like, kind of whatever.
so much more. And again, I have the potential here to go in any direction, and I'm so excited to use that.
And you chose the worst one, which was to keep doing exactly what you were doing and make no changes.
Creative freedom. With all that being said, I won't take up too much more of your time. I really, really appreciate you guys watching this video. Please feel free, let me know even if it's something I didn't discuss here, and you're like, hey, I had this idea.
I will look at the comments on this, see if anyone had anything to say. Yeah, we had a couple comments. Okay. Okay, here's my boy Owen. Gave some game suggestions. Supported Alzheimer's. Waffleman said Terraria. Hamster, shout out Hamster. Chris said Rocket League. You don't want to see me play Rocket League, trust. Oh look, it's the boy! He changed his name! High School Horror Stories. Oh man. That was a we kind of did, honestly. Mike and I told a couple stories over the next couple of months. Make a shorts channel. Yeah, there's some decent ideas down there, honestly. Okay, well, there's a lot to unpack in those 15 minutes. Man. See, now, the thing is, I almost want to make merch again. Just the process of making it is kind of fun. But then, like, someone might be stupid enough to buy it, and that's the problem. It's like, I want to make merch, but I'll feel bad if somebody buys it, because, like, that's actual money changing hands, and I don't want that. Anyway, yeah, that was an interesting video. We're not going to watch I'm Done with Roblox, because that's one of the most pathetic videos I've ever posted in my entire life. That is me, quitting Roblox because I got bullied by an 11-year-old and called old and some, what else she called me? She called me old, and she called me, I don't even remember. But I got so tilted that I, like, quit Roblox for, like, a month. I'm not even exaggerating, by the way. That's exactly what happened. So yeah, we don't need to watch that video. React to the entire charity stream. It's 8 hours long, dude. How did this happen? Snowy, I don't even, listen, the end of that first year was kind of brutal. I was taking one particularly difficult class. I got violently sick right after I got home. I'm ashamed. Don't get me wrong, I'm ashamed, but it was, that first year of college was really, really hard on me. How long have I even been around this channel? I was gonna ask you, Darker, were you around during Fear SMP? I feel like you were. For some reason, I feel like you were. Oh, by the way, Snowy, the pinned link is a little writing I did, at like 3 in the morning. I don't even know how to describe it or, like, why I did it, but it's basically like a send-off to Season 2, because Season 2 never officially ended. You're included in it. Like, it's a brief portion, but I do include you in it. I don't know if you care, but yeah, I I did a little writing before I went to bed last night. But yeah, that's the pinned link. Featuring Snowy. So yeah. Looking at everything else here, like in terms of actual videos, I've made 5 videos in the last 2 years. I've made 8 videos in the last 3. Good amount of time, and I was never able to pop into streams or watch any longer stuff due to college and stuff. Yeah, I time zone stuff as well. Like, I get it. We just, like, majorly dropped frames again. I don't know what happened. Again, I have a web browser and my streaming software open right now. I so desperately need a new computer, it's not even funny. We have the greatest video ever made, ranking every level in Paper Mario Sticker Star. If you know, you know. Shout out Agent. My 9-year anniversary celebration video, which was late. This Sort the Court video, which is the bane of my entire existence. Like, actually. This video... First time you're a singular British viewer, you are not. You're probably the most consistent one, but I do have at least one other British viewer that I can think of off the top of my head. This Sort the Court video, I have used as, like, the excuse for why I don't make videos anymore. This Sort the Court video is my excuse. This video took 5 hours to edit. And obviously you can see in over 3 years it has less than 50 views. This video is why I don't make videos anymore. Genuinely. The performance of this Sort the Court video is why I don't make long-form video content on this channel anymore. And I hate to say it, because it sounds stupid, but that's why. That's why I don't make long-form content anymore. Because I'm afraid of putting 5 hours into editing and the video getting like 20 views. It's all because of this Sort the Court video. I really should post more long-form content. Since y'all are here, y'all want to see any particular long-form content? So the problem is I can't keep up with, like, the level of editing that is, like, commonplace on YouTube nowadays. The, like, super overly, like, ADHD captioned, like, you know, super upbeat sound effect, visual effect. Like, I can't do that type of stuff. I just can't. Like, that's too much work. It's not gonna get recognized. But if y'all want to see me play something or do something in a long-form kind of video, let me know. And I'll look into it, because I'm streaming relatively consistently. I'm, you know, posting shorts every day, sometimes multiple times a day. So I'd be willing to dip my toes into that again. Next time, don't spend 5 hours editing a video for Sort the Court. That's probably a fair criticism, honestly. I just like Sort the Court. I just think it's a cute game. No, that's fair. I just mean, like, the level of editing has gotten so high, like the production value on videos has gotten so high that I feel like my editing would not be good enough to keep up with that. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Is this video... I want to see when this video was uploaded.
Streaming.
September 17th. This is... Benny, if you said something, it didn't go through and it got held for review. The last message I have from you is... I think you asking if I want to see one of your edits. If you said something, it did not come through. This is within a month of... How much should I share about this? This is probably within, like, 30 days of... I've spoken about this before. I don't know why I'm always so hesitant to talk about this when it comes up as a topic. Yeah, this is within a month or so of me almost making a really, really, really bad decision. Maybe I'll leave it there. Did you ever reply to the edit message? I did not. I don't know if I'll have time tonight, but I would be down to look at and edit. Actually, I saw the one that you sent me the other day, the Arthur Morgan one. I did look at that one, and I was impressed. But yeah, this was actually probably pretty close to me almost making a really, really bad decision. Praise God that I didn't. But yeah, this was probably pretty close to around that time. And then lots of supportive comments down here. Oh look, it's Doggy. Car streams. Bruh. Also, I'm pretty sure I took this break because someone threatened to unalive themselves during one of my streams. And I spent like multiple days trying to get in touch with them. Shockingly relevant to the bad decision I almost made. Anyway. What else do we have here? This is probably a nothing burger if I had to guess. These two are bangers. I'm not even gonna lie. These two are bangers. These two tier list videos. I wish Gingy was still in the area and we could do more of these, but he's at tech training right now for the military, and then he's off to South Korea, which is kind of crazy. But he's doing well. He stops in and says hello every now and then, and yeah, I do miss him. I miss Gingy. The reason you call him Doggy, I don't remember his user being Doggy. That was his original username when he came in from, I think it was the Ruffles raid in early 2021. I don't remember what his original username was. It was Doggy something. He changed it to DoggyMan252 eventually. So I just kept calling him Doggy. That was his original username. Was Doggy. That was kind of what he was known as. Why am I still dropping frames? Stop! Physically, what is causing this? I have 2 things open on my computer. Stop! Please. What is causing this? I'm sorry for, like, crashing out, but I want to fix it, and I don't know what's wrong. CurseForge is open? Why is CurseForge open? That shouldn't be open. Stop dropping frames. There is nothing open. Literally the bare minimum that I need to have a functional stream is open. I know I'm running at barely any FPS, and I'm sorry that the quality is so bad. But I need a new computer. I need a new computer so bad. It's not even funny. I need a computer with a better GPU that can actually handle streaming. I've had this computer for like 4.5 years, and I've gotten by with it, and it's fine for gaming. But oh my gosh, streaming is impossible. Streaming in any kind of quality. I get better streaming quality on my school laptop. That's not even a joke. What's my GPU? Will it show me? I have encoder on very fast. Chat, would software or hardware encoding be better for stream? I feel like I remember trying this back in the day. I switched to hardware and the quality was completely abysmal. Because I have 2 options for hardware encoding. I'm using software encoding right now. I'm going to look this up. ChatGPT. I don't think I have anything. Yeah, this is just old stuff here. You can see evidence of me asking ChatGPT what to put in my thumbnails and what to title some of my short stories. Yeah, you can also name leak. Alright. I'm streaming on OBS. What would produce better video quality out of as a video encoder? Software X264, hardware, hold on, I need the list. AMD, HEVC, and I guess this should be OR, right? It's another AMD. H.264. We're gonna find out, I guess. Use a GPU encoder. HEVC is more efficient than H.264. OBS scrolling text fix. That was for my draft stream. I was trying to get like a scrolling bar of like all the picks. It turns out there's a text size limit on how much text you can put into the scrolling box, and yeah, I surpassed that limit. Not widely supported for live streaming. Okay. Generally lower visual quality than X264 at same bitrate. Use software with a preset like very fast or fast. That's what I'm doing! That's what I'm doing! Alright, I'm just gonna switch to a different one and see if stream quality is affected. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mute and like, I'm gonna switch. Okay, I'm switching to HEVC. I want to see if quality is like majorly affected in doing that. Also, we're getting infinite loop here, by the way. I don't really see a change. Do y'all see a change? Okay, it's buffering. Was that caused by... I don't know. Okay, switching to H.264. Apply. I don't see a difference. I'm going back to ChatGPT. Which one would allow me to use the highest bitrate and minimize dropped frames? To minimize drop frames while maintaining a high bitrate, use AMD H.264. Freeze CPU, stable encoding, compatible with all platforms. Okay, so the one that I'm currently on is H.264. Because it... Oh, and we're actively dropping frames as we speak. So ChatGPT is just gaslighting me. That's fine. Screw it. I'm switching back to software. I don't care. It's what I've always used. I don't want to screw things up too bad. Okay, whatever. That was a massive waste of my freaking time. I just need a new computer, dude. I need a new computer. I just do. I need a new computer. Alright, goated series, by the way. Down bottom right. Goated series. Very inappropriate. And obviously alcohol heavily involved, but such a fun series. Anyway, shall we continue watching old videos now? Some of these are kind of goated. The Undertale videos aren't great. I didn't edit them too much because I just recorded for way too long. I think that's probably, if I do long form content again, I'm either gonna have to cut videos way down or make videos really short if I don't want to have to, you know, spend 5 hours editing like I did previously. Anyway, man, this is a throwback. Just looking at some of these thumbnails is a throwback. My favorite type of video to make. This one doesn't have a black screen, actually. This one does. Oh, man. I want to see the tier list video. It's like an hour and a half. It's like an hour and a half. I mean, we could, I guess. Or we could... I'm trying to think of, like, other fun stuff we could do. This was, like, right after I got YPP. This was cool. This was meant to be a short, and I recorded it horizontally. Oh, the other tier list videos. Okay, now these are kind of heat. I want to see if I would change my rankings on these now. Well, watch the FNAF character tier list. This was... I'm trying to remember what was and wasn't out up to this point. There's no way this is the actual pixel quality of this video, right? No. The video was not this grainy. Like, I have bad Wi-Fi or something. It actually wasn't this... There's no shot. It was not this grainy. It just wasn't. See, this one's... I mean, it's still grainy. It's not as grainy. Yeah, no, see, now it's fine. What? Okay, whatever. Let's look at the fast food one. I want to see if I would change my rankings.
Fast food. And actually... Hey, what's going on, guys? MarioMan252 here, and I'm back with Gingy and Yoshi, and we're doing another tier list. But, now we are doing fast food, and I actually like how this one is arranged because we have a never had section down here, so if we haven't had it, we can just put it down here.
It's still kind of
significantly
pixely,
less
but...
than the FNAF tier list, so maybe this one won't go 15 minutes like the last one. But anyway, let's just start from the beginning. All American food, A and W, I think that says. I've never had it.
I've never been to A&W.
Either you had it? No. All right, cool. Arby's.
This one's controversial. This one's controversial. When I was a kid, I'm not ashamed to say this, I loved Arby's. I loved Arby's when I was a kid. Every now and then, when there were coupons in the coupon book, my dad would take me and my brother to Arby's. I loved Arby's as a kid. I haven't had Arby's in, like, probably over a decade. It gets a lot of hate online, and probably rightfully so. But I'm less of an Arby's hater than most people. I would probably put it maybe on this list. I'd probably put it like C tier. The tiers are laid out really weird here. I'd probably put it C. I don't know if I can give it B tier. I'll probably give it C tier.
Low-key mid. B or C.
I've got
Also, why did the quality just get so
fond
much
memories
better?
of Arby's, but I haven't had Arby's in forever. I'm gonna go B with Arby's.
Maybe a little high, but I can understand it based on my reasoning. I haven't had it since I made this tier list, by the way.
We can move that later, but I think
You ever had it?
Baja Fresh, never had it. Blimpie, heard of it, but never had it. What does that even
Bojangles.
say?
Oh,
Bojangles.
Oh, Bojangles.
Never had
Never had it. I've heard it's absolute gas.
it.
Boston Market.
Market.
Is F tier. I've never had it, but it's F tier.
Honestly,
I don't know why Yoshi said that, but
I'm okay with that.
Is maybe the best.
Burger King,
The best is gonna be our S tier. We're not gonna say it's
Yeah.
the best, but it's.
You know, can I let me change that? Let me change that to just S tier. 'Cause I
But
don't
then-
know about
then we
what
need
that
an A
is, but
tier,
we'll
too.
make S tier.
Then Burger King's up there.
I'm sorry, we forgot to do something very important.
Gabooga.
Kabuga.
Kabuga.
You already know. Kabuga.
Dark Burger.
Dark Burger. There we go. All right. Burger King. What do we think?
There's no A tier
Alright,
on this
we've
list.
got some fond memories with Burger King.
Me and the boy, that's probably why we ranked it so high. Burger King was like go-to when Gingy would sleep over when we were kids. Like, my dad would just go to Burger King and get like 60 nuggets. We throw them all in a big bowl, throw some fries in another bowl, stick them in the microwave, and like we were living as children. Like that was dinner for us. So we got some fond memories with BK. In terms of quality of the food, it's probably, you won't put it above a C tier, honestly. The quality of the food is not that great. I don't really eat BK too often. I think I had it once or twice during my fall semester last year. Just because there was a 2-for-1 deal on, I think, chicken sandwiches. They weren't that great. I'd probably put Burger King, just because of the memories, C tier, but honestly, probably more like D tier. I'll say C tier because of the memories.
Raising
So already, both of these are C tier. I still haven't had any of these.
Canes.
I
I've heard it's overrated as heck,
I heard the sauce is like. Really,
but
really
I've
good.
never had it. So
I have not had Cane's. I have heard that the actual quality of the food is subpar, and you need to have everything with Cane's sauce for it to be good. Also, no slaw double toast, if you know, you know.
we'll put it there. Carl's Jr. never had it.
Have I had? No. I think it's Checkers I'm thinking of. My brother and I went to Checkers, I think, once. Like 2-3 years ago. It was fine. It was okay. It wasn't legendary.
Checkers,
Wait, no, I'm just kidding.
maybe
Um,
once.
C.
or
Their
twice?
fries
C.
alone give it B
Yeah.
tier.
All right,
The
fair,
fries are
fair. The
nuts.
fries at Checkers are. That's like
We
what
all
I
know.
remember
We all
from
know.
Checkers.
Checkers, I'd probably put it C. It's fine. Cane's is pretty gas. See, I've heard it's good, but I've also heard some people say that it's kind of only good if you have cane sauce. But I've never had it.
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A's
might have to go in the best. I genuinely think Chick-fil-A is the best fast food.
That hasn't changed. If you do not like Chick-fil-A, I don't trust you as a human being. Say what you will about how they bread their chicken, but like Chick-fil-A is just objectively fantastic. I will not hear Chick-fil-A slander from anyone. Chick-fil-A is probably the easiest S tier. Oh, I forgot that this happened. Wait. So, after I posted this video, like a month or two later, I got an email from a teacher I used to have in high school who, I guess he watched this video with his class, and then they made their own tier list, and he sent me a screenshot of the tier list that they made together. And it was so weird. Like, it was so out of the blue. I was like, wait, what? But, nah, he was sick. He bought my merch. That teacher bought my merch. I actually love him so much. He's one of my favorite human beings that's ever existed. What a guy. I love him. But yeah. That was, You don't like Chick-fil-A? What's wrong with you? Why not?
Good restaurant. Chipotle. Honestly,
S tier.
like 50% of my meals this semester have come from Chipotle, so I'm okay with that. Don't know.
I don't know if I still give Chipotle S tier. I'm gonna be honest. The quality's gone downhill. You gotta mortgage your house for some extra chicken now. I don't know if I can give that S tier, bruh. We can't be skimping on chicken and giving it S tier. I don't know, man. Like, the quality of the food is good, don't get me wrong. For the most part, their queso is gross. Their guac is fine, but their queso's actually gross. And I've thought that for years. I'd probably put it either A tier or B. Assuming there's an A tier on this list, which there isn't, I'd probably put it either A tier or B tier. Burger King's fine. It gets the job done. It's just, like, kind of mediocre, in my opinion. Yeah, honestly, Chipotle is probably. I might leave it in A. I've had like I've gotten bowls from Chipotle, and they're pretty good. But with the price and like the more recent stuff about how little they serve you, it's not like life-changingly good. It's fine. I'd say B tier. I'm gonna go find this tier list and play along. Actually, let me do that. Tier maker. Oh right. Of course. Gotta turn off all my ad blockers. Alright, I think we're good now. Fast food. Never mind. How do I disable the built-in one? I think it's this one. Turn off for this site. Yeah. I think we should still be okay. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Alright, we're gonna add some more tiers. Add row below. This is gonna be A. We're gonna rearrange the colors as well. And then never had is kind of its own thing. Alright. And we'll change the best to S tier, I think. So far, what do we have? A&W I still haven't had. Arby's we said C tier. Still haven't had any of these. Burger King I said B tier for... Or C tier for vibes. Cane's never had. Carl's Jr. never had. Checkers C tier. Chick-fil-A S tier. Chipotle B tier. Dang, they really bombard you with ads. Like, this is insane. I might just finish this tier list myself and then watch the video. Haven't had Church's. Haven't had Cookout. Haven't had Culver's. Haven't had Del Taco. Have I had Denny's in my life? I might have had Denny's. I'm sure Denny's is like, whatever. It's fine. Domino's? Ooh. B or C? I feel like Domino's is incredibly underwhelming. I've had a lot of different things on the Domino's menu. Like, I've had specialty chicken. I've had pasta. I've had different types of pizzas. And a lot of it is, like, incredibly underwhelming. Honestly, C tier. I want to say B tier. Like, some of their stuff is okay, but none of it is exceptional. Dairy Queen. I feel like I've only had Dairy Queen food like twice in my life. I'm moving Burger King up to B tier, by the way. Pollo Loco, never had it. Firehouse Subs, never had it. Five Guys, another thing I think I've had like twice in my entire life, and I honestly don't remember if it's good or not. There's so many ads on this website. It's driving me insane. Probably like C tier. I'm sure Dairy Queen's fine. IHOP, F tier. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I'll explain in a second. In-N-Out, never had. Jack in the Box, never had. Jersey Mike's is S tier. Jimmy John's, I've actually had Jimmy John's. I've had it once. It was not bad. I'll give it B tier. Jollibee, I've heard it's gas. I've never had it. KFC. Controversial? KFC is fine. It's not exceptional. It's not unbelievable by any means. It's just fine. B tier. Little Caesars. This is actually difficult. I've gotten from Little Caesars, I think once or twice since I've been in college, and honestly, it's not horrendous. It's not exceptional, but it's fine. I actually prefer Little Caesars over Domino's. I'm gonna give it B tier. Long John Silver's. A tier. And I'm giving it A tier solely because I am a Catholic and they put out coupons during Lent so you can get fish cheaper. Their fish nibblers are really good. Also, I've heard their chicken tenders are really good too. So Long John Silver's for the vibes is gonna go A tier. McDonald's. Okay. I'm stuck between putting this in S tier or B tier, because in terms of like flavor, no, you know what? It's going B tier, because my most recent McDonald's experience was miserable. There's actually a story behind it as well. Genshin Impact was running a promo where if you bought stuff from McDonald's, you'd get in-game items. Now, I don't play Genshin. I tried it like once and I hated it and I uninstalled it. Or I got lost and I never continued playing it. But I might move Long John Silver's down to B tier. The food's like, it's fine. It relies on sauce, honestly. But I have a friend who is overseas. The event was only in the United States, so she couldn't get some of the stuff that, was through getting stuff through McDonald's. So I went out and bought a Happy Meal and an additional apple pie, and then gave her the codes that they sent me. And the food that I had in that Happy Meal was gross. The Big Mac is disgusting. I don't care what anyone has to say about it. The Big Mac sucks. The ratio of meat to everything else is abysmal. It's awful. It is a completely standard burger at best and inedible at worst. The apple pie is disgusting. I don't like apple pie. The McDonald's apple pie is gross. I barely finished the one that I ate. I put the other one in my freezer so one of my roommates could eat it. It was disgusting. The only good thing about the meal that I ate was the fries. Legitimately. But if I order my personal favorite order from McDonald's, it's S tier. If I get some freshly salted McDonald's fries and a bacon quarter pounder with cheese with a strawberry Fanta, we're laughing, that's S tier food. So it's kind of hard for me to place it. Also, McDonald's, you know what? It's going up to A tier because McDonald's breakfast is so freaking good. Outside of the McGriddle. McGriddles are gross. Never had Moe's, which is crazy because I have a Moe's on campus. Never had Noodle Company. Never had Panda Express, crazy enough. Panera. Ooh, I have a Panera on campus. Panera kind of got me through last summer. I'm not going to lie. There were like constant deals at the kiosks in the student union. So I ate relatively cheap at Panera for the summer. Panera is incredibly overrated. B tier at best. It's fine. It's edible. My go-to meal, honestly, was a grilled cheese and tomato soup. And then I would get a bagel on the side and then butter the bagel and then dip the buttered bagel in the tomato soup. And it was kind of gas. Never had Papa John's. No, I know. I haven't had Panda Express. I totally should have by now, but I haven't. Don't know what PDQ is. Penn Station. I have had Pizza Hut. It's fine. I've only had it like once or twice ever. Popeyes is S tier, and I will not hear otherwise. Never had Portillo's or Potbelly. I've had Qdoba exactly once in my life, and it was pretty dang good, so I'm going to give it B tier. Never had Quiznos. I've had Roy Rogers exactly once in my life, and it was like fine. C tier. Never had Sparrow. Don't know what this is. Shake Shack, I hate you. I'll give it D, not F. Never had Sheets. Never had Skyline. Sonic is underrated, honestly. I rock with Sonic, at least a B tier. Never had Steak and Shake. Subway is gross. Actually, Subway's... we'll see. Taco Bell... Quality of the food, D tier. But it is the only thing open at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'll give it a C tier. Taco Cabana, never had it. Don't know what Torchy's Tacos is. Don't know if I've ever been to a Waffle House in my life, honestly. Wawa's S... A tier for now. We'll work on that. Wendy's... As far as fast food goes, if McDonald's is A tier, Wendy's is S tier. Never had Whataburger. White Castle. I'm thinking of White Castle, not Long John Silver's. I'm sorry. White Castle B tier. Long John Silver's is fine. It's not great. Have I ever had Wingstop in my life? Actually, you know what? Wingstop gets F tier, and I have a story behind that. Okay. Wawa. They have fantastic subs. The rest of their menu is garbage outside of, like, their drinks. The rest of the food on the Wawa menu, besides maybe the burger and the pizza, which I've heard are not that bad, I've heard those are okay. The rest of the Wawa menu that I have tried in my life is absolutely abysmal. I want to give Wawa S tier. I literally had Wawa subs probably last week. Their subs are fantastic. The rest of their menu is garbage, and that's why it's going A tier. Wendy's has better food than McDonald's, and that's why it's in S tier. The Baconator is one of the greatest things that God has ever allowed to exist on this planet. The Baconator is just wonderful. I've never understood mayo on burgers, and I don't like it. But other than that, the Baconator is perfect. It is without flaw, and I love it. And that's why Wendy's is S tier. They do need to make their chicken nuggets bigger, though. They're way too small. Yeah, I'm fine with my S tier. I'm fine with my A tier. Also, I put Shake Shack... Yeah, I put Shake Shack in D. I actually don't know if I've ever had Wingstop in my life. F tier because they canceled on us on New Year's Eve. I was at a New Year's Eve party and they were ordering Wingstop. Gosh darn it. And they just canceled our order. So screw them, high key. Chipotle's fine at a B. I almost want to move Burger King up. fine. Burger King A tier, low A tier. Jimmy John's is fine. KFC is fine. Little Caesars is solid. Probably closer to the top. Panera is fine. Qdoba's fine. Sonic is solid. I have good memories with Sonic. I almost want to put Sonic A tier, honestly. Sonic is pretty good. Yeah, screw it. C tier is fine. Taco Bell tastes good, but you want to die after you eat it. So it can't go higher than C tier. I move Little Caesars up, honestly. I rock with Little Caesars. Shake Shack's D tier just because they forgot my fries one time. Have a good night, Hunter. Thanks for coming out to stream. I appreciate it. Subway's honestly kind of gross. I had a cheesesteak there once. It was okay. I had a rib sandwich. It was okay. Subway is like okay. Long John Silver's, I think I've eaten there like twice in my entire life. And it's like, whatever. Probably should move it up to C tier then. And then IHOP. I actually don't hate IHOP's food that much. It's underwhelming. I think their pancakes are overrated. I think they're way too dense. But I actually think IHOP's food is probably worthy of like B tier. The reason I put it in F tier is because of a single experience that me, Yoshi, and Gingy had at IHOP a couple of years ago. Gingy came over to sleep over at my place. We decided to go out to dinner. Someone suggested IHOP. We were like, okay. We walk into the IHOP. I think there's one other group of people in the building. It is almost completely empty. I've previously been inside that IHOP and seen the workers trying to get a cat out of the ceiling. That's not a joke, by the way. I was driving my brother around before he had his driver's license to try and get him a summer job when he was, I think, 16 or 17. One of the places we tried was the IHOP that was closest to us. As we walked in to ask about job applications, they were actively trying to get a cat out of their ceiling. I'm not joking. There was a cat in their ceiling, and they were trying to get it out. I've also walked in there while they were repainting the walls. IHOP food is fine. Anyway, back to the story. So me, Yoshi, and Gingy, we go to IHOP this one night. We are like literally the only people in the building. We order these combos off the menu that basically are like had these things called pan tacos, which were basically like pancakes but folded up in a taco, and you could put either like sweet stuff like sweet like cream and bananas and stuff in it, or you could put like savory stuff like country chicken or like bacon or whatever. So, tacos but pancakes. And there was something on the menu that was like a combo to where you could like for an extra whatever price or whatever, you could add like a platter of meat and eggs and hash browns and other stuff. And so we all kind of collectively did that. We're like, all right, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. The food came out. Mine was fine. Yoshi and Gingy did not like theirs, or like there was something off about it from what I remember. And then the bill came. Keep in mind, we got like one appetizer sampler and 3 platters. The appetizer sampler was probably somewhere around $15. And we got these platters with the pan tacos that were like maybe $13 each. So if you add all that together, we're probably looking at maybe a little over $60, $65, somewhere around $65 for the 3 of us. I get the bill back, and it's over $100. And like I'm looking at it way longer than I should be, and I give it to Gingy, and he looks at it and he's like, "Wait, what happened here?" And so we call the server over, and we're like, "Hey, you put this in wrong. We just got the 3 platters and the sampler. They double charged us for all of the platters. Like, they charged us once for the pan tacos and then another time for the platter, when the deal was you can get the pan tacos plus the platter for this price. So, like, she put it in wrong in the system. And again, we are the only people in this IHOP. And so she's like, okay, I can't, like, open the register or, like, go into the computer and change it. I don't have privileges to do that. I need to call my manager. My manager's not here right now. He needs to drive over from his house and get into the computer so I can change it. So we have to sit in this IHOP for probably 20 minutes, wait for the manager to drive over to get into the computer to change our receipt so we don't get double charged for the stuff that we ordered. And then finally we get the right receipt, we pay for our food, and honestly, it kind of wasn't the girl's fault. The server, like, nobody went to that IHOP, so I assume, and it was like a new limited time menu item, so I assume she just kind of didn't really know what she was doing. And it wasn't her fault she didn't have access to the computer, right? So it kind of wasn't her fault, but at the same time, like, putting Subway at D is crazy? Subway is not that good. I think it's overhated, but it's not that good. It's max C tier. There are so many better sandwich shops. Go to Jersey Mike's. Go to Jimmy John's. Go to Wawa if you have a Wawa in your area. Like, don't go to Subway. Subway's bread isn't even bread. Like, Subway is not that good. I will not be gaslit into this. I think my father literally told me that if I ever ordered Subway, he would actually, like, throw me out of the house. So that's not happening. I could maybe move it up to C tier, but that's as far as I'll budge. But yeah, IHOP is F tier because of that experience. We got double charged for all of our platters. We had to sit there and wait 20 minutes for the manager to drive over, get into the computer, and change our receipt. Because she couldn't go in and change it herself. Like, she had to go into the computer and, like, cancel the order and redo it, and she couldn't. She didn't like know the password or whatever it was to go in and do that. So we had to wait for the manager to drive over and go in so she could, like, cancel the receipt and or fix the receipt or something. And we were heated for, like, the rest of the day about this. And it became a core memory. I've showed this photo on stream before. I think I have it in my favorites. Everyone's face is in it. I think all of their faces have appeared on the channel at some point. So it should be fine. But where's my favorites? Here it is. This was me with beard as well. This must have been like maybe winter break, maybe early summer. I don't know if y'all can see it, but this is us. Gingy's holding the receipt. Also, we took a picture in front of this sign because the maximum capacity was 252 people and, you know, my channel. So that's why we took that picture. I have the receipt. It's in my basement. It is a relic. We had, like, a pin down here where we hung up anything that was, like, majorly important, like any massive moments from the friendship got hung up on the pin. And the IHOP receipt was one of those moments. I don't know what happened to it. I'm sure it's still around. Oh, no, it's right here. I found it. that's hung up along with our tickets to the FNAF movie. I don't want to dox this poor girl's name, but yeah. So we got the sampler. The sampler was $12.99. The Pantaco combos were $12.99. But then she also charged us for the ultimate, like, breakfast plate things, which was $13.99 each. So the subtotal was $93.93. And then with tax, it was over $100. So we never go to IHOP again, and it's just been a running joke in our friend group for forever. Forever it will be a running joke in the friend group of that experience we had at that IHOP one time. So yeah, that's why IHOP is F tier. The food, honestly, it's fine. It's probably B or C tier, in my opinion. I think it's a little overrated. Actually, I have another IHOP story. I forgot about this. I have multiple IHOP stories. How is that possible? So, I showed on stream not too long ago, like a really bad decision I made back in like late 2020, where for a couple days I like e-dated a viewer because I thought it was a 17-year-old, and I'm pretty sure I got catfished and potentially groomed, or at least would have if it had lasted longer, and other people hadn't intervened. And that person reached out to me several months after the fact, probably about 6 months later, 6, 7 months later, while I was at an IHOP with my friends. This was before the Pan-Taco incident of 2023. But, yeah. I assume it was 2023. It was either 2023 or late 2022. But yeah, if I had a nickel for every time I had a memorable incident at an IHOP, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Anyway, that's my tier list for now. That's my tier list for now. No, run that back. Okay, so we were only like a thing for like 5 days, but like this person came into chat, started flirting with me, sent me a photo on Discord. Not anything explicit, just like a yearbook photo. We chatted, we exchanged phone numbers, and I was such a lovesick freak that I was just like, yeah, I think I have feelings for you. And yeah, we kind of technically dated for like 5 days, like right before my birthday. And then my mom and Gingy, actually, there was a photo that was their profile picture that they claimed to have drawn themselves, and he like reverse Google image searched it and found it on Google, and he was like, bruh, nah, this person lying, you gotta get out of there, big dog. And I was like, I bet, nah, you right. And then they like came into chat and threatened self-harm and stuff, and I was like, nah, okay, we're done here. But yeah, I may have potentially gotten groomed at some point, kind of, not really. What constitutes as grooming? Because like, I don't know. I was a minor at that point. I was 17. So I was not of legal age. So if that was, some 56-year-old man, then I was manipulated and potentially groomed. Which is crazy to say. But then, yeah, reached out probably 7 months later and said, hey, we haven't talked in a while. How's streaming been going? And I was like, oh, it's you. Yeah, get blocked. Yeah. One of my bigger YouTube regrets was making that a thing. Haven't been in any kind of formal relationship since, actually. What's up, a local commenter? Welcome to the stream. I love your profile picture. Gosh, I hate this stream delay. I really do. I feel bad. I want to respond to people quicker. But, yeah, it's like 8 seconds or so of stream delay. I'm sorry about that. I need a new computer with better streaming optimization. I think my mom said something about maybe, or was that a new phone? I don't need it. My phone works fine. I'd rather get a new PC for graduation than a new phone. But I don't know the slightest thing about PC. You know, how to build a PC or what parts I would need. So I'd want to consult an expert. You know who I could maybe reach out to? My old coworker, Mark. We haven't spoken since we stopped working together, but he was a monster. Like, he knew everything about PC parts. I think Mike built his own PC, too. I could probably reach out to him. And yeah, I don't know if I'd want like a name brand one. I might just want to get one built. Because I don't really care about like RGB and all of that. I don't care. Like, give me a solid 4+K bitrate when I'm streaming, and let me play Minecraft without lag, and let me have like OBS, Minecraft, maybe a Chrome tab, and like Discord with a music bot open, and not lag or drop frames, and like we're fine. That is all a man really needs, you know? I don't need LGB lights. Not LGB, RGB, what am I talking about? The lights aren't gay. Yeah, exactly. Get a very useful one that doesn't crash. Precisely. I need it to run the stuff I need to run for streaming and maybe work if I use it as a work computer after I graduate. And beyond that, like, I don't care if it's got RGB lights. I don't care if you can, like, see into it. I don't care about any of that stuff. Just give me a good bitrate while streaming. Handle Minecraft and other like high, you know, stuff that typically lags. Make it relatively quiet, you know, because Alienwares are super loud and obnoxious. Make it relatively quiet, and you know, make it so I can have OBS, Minecraft, Discord, Opera open without completely crapping its pants, and we're we're fine. You know, that's all a man really needs. Because, you know, I've got the rest of my setup is kind of sorted. I got my drawing over here. I got my sign, even though honestly I could get that replaced or potentially fixed because that doesn't work anymore. But yeah, I've got my RGB lights in the background, which work perfectly fine. And, you know, I can put whatever on these shelves. I can put card boxes. I can put plush toys. I can do whatever the heck I want with this. So, I do want a new computer. I don't really need a new phone right now. I mean, I wouldn't mind a new phone. But I honestly would like a new PC more than a new phone. Because my mom's talking about getting me a new phone for graduation. Like, my phone's a little scratched up. And it probably doesn't hold battery as well as it used to. And I'll occasionally have a small issue with it, but it works perfectly fine. I use it a lot. And outside of, you know, again, and maybe it not holding battery as much as it used to, I really don't have a ton of issues with it. So, yeah, I'd much rather a PC than a phone for graduation. But we'll see. We'll see. The problem is, like, if I get a new PC, it's not like I could just pass this over to my brother. He's got his own setup. He's got a gaming laptop. He's got other stuff. So, I don't know who this would go to. Because, like, my dad already has a laptop that he uses, so I don't know what we would do with There's a couple places on this list I need to try, Benny. I need to try Moe's, and I might this semester. I have a Moe's on campus. They were, I think, fixing it or renovating it or something. I do need to try Moe's. I need to try Cane's for sure. I need to try Panda. I would love to try Jollibee at some point. I may have had Wingstop. I don't remember. Wingstop's probably worth a shot. I'd love to go to Waffle House. I've heard such good things about Waffle House. I would love to go to Waffle House. Yeah. There's a lot of places on this list I'd like to try, honestly. Except Papa John's. My dad hates Papa John's. So I'll probably never try it. What's going on, Winter? How you doing? Yeah, I don't really know how we got here. We were reacting to old videos, and I did a tier list video on fast food restaurants, and yeah, now we're here. One of the biggest food critics I know, like harshest food critics I know, absolutely adores Jollibee. So I would like to try Jollibee at some point. Does anybody know what XP gets you with this new, like, top chatter thing? Like, I know it labels you as, like, number 1, 2, and 3 or whatever, but, like, what does the XP do? What does it get you? I don't understand this feature. It just showed up one day, and I have no idea what it is or what it does. Tier list says it with opinion on Sonic? I love Sonic. I used to, whenever they had deals on their corn dogs, you'd get like a dozen corn dogs for like $6 or something. Like my dad would run by Sonic and get a whole bunch of corn dogs, and honestly, I liked them. I thought they were good. I don't know how much I've had of the rest of their food. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's serviceable. I've heard their fries are not good. But good memories, so I don't mind Sonic. The one time I had Roy Rogers was at a rest stop during a car trip. I think I was coming home from like Maine or something. I stopped at a rest stop to use the bathroom and get Roy Rogers for breakfast, and that's the only time I've ever had Roy Rogers in my life. Yeah, I don't get the XP. Because, like, why does the number keep going up if it doesn't do anything? Like, you'd think that would contribute to, like, oh, you can level up or like, spend the XP on something, but I don't understand. I don't understand. I really don't get it. Whatever. YouTube's just trying to be Twitch. YouTube just wants to be Twitch so bad. Sorry, I've just seen a thumbnail of a Moist Critical video where the title of the article in the video is Ubisoft says microtransactions make the game experience more fun for players. And that's probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You know, I don't think I have any active... Actually, that's not true. There were a couple gifted memberships. Someone gifted a couple memberships not too long ago, if I remember correctly. I don't think Agent has one. I think Winter had one. I think Eric had one. Maybe one other person had one. I don't remember. And honestly, I think they're probably... didn't see the badges by usernames anymore. So I think they've probably expired by now. I don't think I have any active members at the moment. Which is good. I don't want anyone to have an active membership on this channel. Also, fellow Charles White watcher, my goat. Not an avid watcher, but just the way that he could take the most serious topic and just talk about it so stupidly. I don't know. Who do you think's the best YouTuber right now? It's a good question. It's honestly a really good question. I might be biased, but the first name that really jumped to mind was Ryan Trahan. But he's got like a series going on right now, so he's at the forefront of mind. Ryan Trahan's up there for me. If we're talking production quality, nobody beats Mr. Beast, but I'll watch maybe one Mr. Beast video a month. Like I don't really watch Jimmy that much anymore. Like the production quality's high, and the videos are cool and interesting, but I don't know, it just doesn't hit the same since the all the stuff that came out. Even if a lot of it was made up and not fact checked and stuff, which don't get me wrong, some of it was. Yeah, I think part of it is Ryan's just a bit more relatable, like he's a nice person, he does good stuff for charity, he's kind of awkward, and I like that about him. It makes him feel more relatable to me, is like he's kind of socially awkward. At times it can be almost a little bit hard to watch, but like in the way like, it's like, yeah, I'd probably be awkward in that situation too. I wouldn't know what to say either. Yeah, Jimmy had a bunch of stuff. I think a lot of it he said or proved or something to be misinformation, but there's some stuff that was still bad, but maybe not as bad as it was made out to be. What about when someone died in a Mr. Beast? I did see that. I saw when the personal trainer passed away mid-video. Yeah, I did see that. That was really sad. That was one of the more powerful Mr. Beast videos I've ever seen, honestly. Especially for me as well. I've been on a weight loss journey myself for the past probably 7-ish months or so. I've lost about 30 pounds since December, so that one hit a little bit more home for me. And yeah, of course, rest in peace, Coach Wall. That was terrible. But yeah, I saw that one. I saw the one that he posted today or recently, the private jet one. That one didn't quite hit quite as much as other ones have to me. Like in terms of like, I don't feel like the contestants struggled as much as other contestants have in the past with like missing their family and stuff. I feel like don't get me wrong, he missed his family and we saw that, but like I don't know, I feel like he kind of cruised for the most part. Like I'm sure there's a lot they didn't show, but like I feel like he kind of killed it. Like he firmed being away from his family and kept his eye on the goal and went through with it. And he had the option to do another 100 days for $500,000, and he was like, nah. I have this $2.5 million private jet, and now I'm a pilot, and now I can fly my family wherever the heck we want to go. And whenever we've gone to wherever we want to go, you can sell the plane. You don't have to handle upkeep and stuff anymore. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. The problem is, like, I hit, like, that 30-pound threshold, like, probably 2+ months ago, and I really haven't dropped any more weight since. Like, I haven't gained the weight back, which is good. I just haven't lost any more weight. Like, I kind of hit a plateau where I stopped losing weight. Of course, I also haven't worked out in about a month because my mom is kind of my workout partner, and she's just been so busy. We want to start, and also my local gym is closed for renovations until after I go back to school, which kind of sucks. But we're gonna like start walking around the neighborhood and doing weights and stuff. There's a like a total gym machine like to my left. It's not on camera, but like I do have one down in my basement, and I have like free weights and stuff, so I can definitely work out. I just, you know, I've been doing it with my mom, and she's been really busy. But yeah, I'm really proud of myself for not gaining all the weight back, honestly. Like that was kind of my fear, is like when I stopped working out and I kept eating how I was eating, which admittedly was better, but yeah, I was worried I would gain all the weight back. And I really haven't. I've fluctuated in like a 3-pound kind of window, and I've done pretty good, and I'm proud of myself. How's the weather right now? It is 73 degrees and cloudy. 60% chance of rain tomorrow. Why am I getting so many ads for dating apps on Instagram? Is God trying to tell me something? This is funny. I'm sending this to my mom. This is just the gift that keeps on giving, man. Another dating app. Thank y'all for hanging out, man. I really appreciate it. I wasn't sure if anyone was actually going to show up to this stream, and we've had some people hanging out throughout the stream. So, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and you mean a lot to me. Let's see how the past couple of videos are performing. Hey, we gained a subscrimblo. Let's go. Shout out to whoever subscribed. Thank you, thank you. Why does this have so many views in the last 48 hours? What happened? Okay, I guess this got more views. Sure, whatever. This is like kind of underperforming, honestly. This one did like okay. The dog with the pets on it. True. Pet a dog. I was so upset with this, by the way. I put like a relatively known sound on this video. I captioned it. I made it short. I was so upset. Like, how on earth does this have 7 views? All the other dog shorts I've posted are like somewhere around 1,000, and this one's got 7. That's unbelievable. But whatever. Yeah, I've been posting the dog shorts because like I wanted the sub numbers to keep going up. But I don't know. I also don't want to bother my dogs and, you know, just use them for content. I want people to actually like my other stuff too. So, I don't know. How's this stream looking on views so far? How we doing? Hey, 19. Let's go. That's sarcasm if it's not obvious. Okay. 19 views. Woo! We made it out the mud. Mama, I'm rich. Nah. Would be crazy if we could somehow hit 2K by the end of the year. That would take a lot to happen, but I would love to hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. That would like fully undeadify my channel, and like we'd be cooking again. And I would love to get there. Probably not gonna happen, because we've only gained like, I don't know, maybe 80 subs since like when I made the change in like January. But which isn't like insane growth by any means, but you know, it's growth. But yeah, I would love to hit 2 grand, 2K. Why did I say 2 grand? 2K subs by the end of the year would be cool, but I don't know if that's too lofty of a goal to set. Maybe 1,900 by the end of the year. That sounds more doable. But I don't want to set any goals, because then if I don't meet the goals, I'm going to get upset and feel like a failure. So, I don't know. Also, chat, should I start writing again? I wrote the other night because I like totally overshared in a call with some people and then wrote about the feelings I have when I overshare when talking to people. I'm thinking about maybe starting to write again. Just because I said that was one of the things I was going to do and like focus on when I made the change. And then I did it for a while, and then before I had posted that most recent one, I hadn't written in like 3 months. So I don't know. Maybe I should start writing again. But I can't make it too depressing or my parents will get worried about me. That's why I'm in therapy, by the way, is apparently I said something that like concerned my parents so much that they were like, okay, you need to go talk to a therapist. So that's why I'm in therapy. My therapist is chill though. I like him. Well, yeah, it's midnight my time. That's why I started streaming when I did. I figured, you know, leave myself a bunch of time. I was gonna end stream like an hour ago and I just didn't. Nah, we still here. We here. Nah. We're looking at analytics now. Everyone's favorite part of YouTube. The analytics page. Maybe I will start writing more. I don't know. See, like the writing gets posted at 2 in the morning because that's just when I post. That's when I write. I write before I go to sleep. So the writing will just get posted at like 2 in the morning. And then I'll do the daily rip and potentially a dog short during the day. And then that's, gosh, I could be pushing out 3 shorts a day. That's crazy. 3 shorts a day plus maybe a stream. That's wild. No one can say I'm not consistent and I haven't been putting out content. That's all I'm going to say. I've been kind of in my bag for the past couple months. I've been kind of cooking. And I got to give myself credit. Because it would have been easy to curl up into a ball and do nothing after I got home from 4 consecutive semesters of school. But nah, it took me about a month to adjust to my surroundings, and then I kind of locked in. And now I've got about 5 weeks until I go back to school. and I'm gonna continue to cook for these last 5 weeks. I'm gonna keep streaming. I'm gonna keep up the daily rip. We're gonna incorporate some other stuff in there. We're gonna get some dog shorts in there. We're gonna get some writing in there. Maybe some long form stuff if I feel up to it, and we're gonna keep cooking. You know, maybe we can hit 1900 by the end of the year. Who knows? That would be cool. Have time to react to an edit? Yeah, I think so. Like, you want me to show it or just react to it myself? Because I could do either. Just react to it on my phone. Just because I fear that if I... Okay, fine, I'll show it. I fear if I pull up Discord, we're going to start dropping frames again, but... Who knows? Because, yeah, Benny sent it to me on Discord. You know what? I will close Opera while I'm looking at this, so... Alright, we're going to do that. Here's the edit, or one of them. Honestly, I think that was pretty impressive. I don't want to show our DMs. Hold on. Alright, now we're good. Here's another one. $18 likes on this one. Good for you, dog. Cooking. No, that's good work, man. Sure, that's really intricate, and finding all those clips and stuff is kind of sucks. But, yeah, I rock with it. Surprised I've stayed coherent for as long as I have. I've streamed for like 3.5 hours. It's past midnight. I should probably be like going to bed, but screw it. I've always been a night owl anyway. Anybody got a birthday today? Nope, not in my snap list. I'm the guy who scrolls through Snapchat, and if anybody I have friended, I see it's their birthday, I'll wish them a happy birthday. Just because I don't want anyone to ever have any chance of not getting a happy birthday on their birthday, because that sucks. So I will occasionally scroll through my Snapchat, see if it's anybody's birthday, wish them a happy birthday, just because I'm sure they probably have other people, like family and close friends, that are wishing them a happy birthday, but just in case they don't, you know, I want to make sure they get at least one happy birthday. So, congrats to you for streaming for 3 hours and posting consistently. I mean, listen, I started posting consistently when I was posting about stuff that I was passionate about. Like, I love trading cards. I started posting trading card content, and, you know, thought about making it into a series. I was lucky enough to find some relatively cheap bundles of packs, and the rest is the rest, you know. As for streaming, like I said earlier in stream, I don't have a consistent schedule or anything, but I've kept up a decent amount of motivation over a couple months, which is, you know, I'm not always in the mood. And when I'm not in the mood, I don't do it, because I've learned that if I stream when I'm not in the mood for streaming, I end the stream after like 30 minutes and I accomplish nothing. So if I'm not in the mood, I don't stream. But yeah, I gotta give myself a pat on the back. You know, I've been doing pretty good for a while now. Solid 4 or 5 months I've been putting out pretty consistent. Not the most. You know, not the most high quality content in the world, but you know, I'm not showing my dining hall food and then giving a thumbs up to the camera anymore. So it's better than that. Low bar, but it's better than that. So, you know, I have a series that I put effort into and I'm legitimately proud of posting every day. So thought I was cooked today. Today's did not go well. It took me forever to I tried to open the pack as quickly as possible, and all my normal shortcut methods for opening the pack quickly didn't work. So it was gonna, you know, be a really long segment for opening the pack. And then, as if that wasn't bad enough, I somehow hit the reverse camera button on my phone, and all of a sudden I'm staring at my face on the screen. And I'm like, oh crap, I can't use this. So I cut like a little bit into it and was like, hey, sorry about that. I somehow reversed my camera. But it's alright, we made it out. We did a little MacGyvering and we made it work. But yeah, that I've had episodes where I've had to open 2 packs because I screw it up. And luckily today was not one of those days. I need to take pack inventory. I haven't done that in a couple months. Just so if I need to buy replacements, you know, I need to buy more of a certain type, I can do it before I go back to school. The first one I'm going to need is the 2023 Trick or Trades. I think I probably have 10, 15 of those left, so that'll last me, at this rate, like a month and a half, but I should probably look into buying some more. Hey, listen, it'd be a lot harder to be consistent and do this stuff if nobody showed up. So y'all need to get your share of the credit for being here. I mean it. Benny, Agent, Hunter, Winter, Eric. Y'all have been consistent. Y'all show up, and I really appreciate that. You know, I've thought about this quite a bit, because I'm not someone who typically watches live streams. There's so much filler. There's so much that isn't like activity and stuff going on that I don't know. It's just not my thing. I've always thought about like, how crazy is it that there are people that live on this planet that they see a Mario Man 252 notification and they're like, I want to watch that stream. Like, they stop what they're doing and they're like, I want to watch that. Like, that's insane. Even if it's only like a couple people. Like, that's crazy to me. That people legitimately want to watch my content and like will hang around for as long as you guys have. You know? That's wild to me. It really is. Because I could never. I'm not a stream guy. I got ADHD, bro. Or at least I'm pretty sure I do. I can't focus. I can't focus. I can't stick around in live streams. But the fact that there are people who will stick around and watch me means a lot. Even if it's only a couple people. So thank y'all. Seriously, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. Because it's a lot easier to be consistent when you know there's going to be people who show up no matter what you do. And that's what stopped me from sort of branching out and doing my own thing sooner, is I was so afraid that nobody would care about the stuff I was posting if it wasn't like Roblox or, you know, what they wanted to see. And then I branched out and, hey, look, I played Paper Mario Sticker Star. I streamed Paper Mario Sticker Star on an emulator, and I met Agent. Like, sometimes stuff just happens, you know? It's just, you know, I happen to come across people who really like a specific game. And, you know, funny how the world works. Next thing you know, you're planning out a minimum things run and watching them beat Bowser without any thing stickers. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy, but that's the beauty of it, you know? I'm probably going to end stream soon, but I do have something I want to do before I end it. I don't know how long this is going to take or what this is going to be, but I just want to briefly talk about something that I've been trying to incorporate into my day recently. So, I haven't been super in-depth about this, but for probably the past maybe 6 weeks or so, I've been much more depressed. Not anything like crazy, just much lower mood, you know, not really as happy. And you know, it's been difficult for me because for a couple months I was in a really good spot. You know, I was happy, I was positive. I was going to a therapist, and I was happy. I was enjoying life, and past 6 weeks it's been kind of a lot harder to find joy and stuff, and nothing horrific has really gone wrong. But, you know, just been kind of feeling lonely, and I don't know, just kind of been in a lower mood lately, and I've been kind of trying to think about why that is, and I haven't really been able to find too much. I mean, there's a few things, like I said, I'm lonely, you know, sometimes my social media feed is just full of stuff that makes me think about how lonely I am, and, you know, stuff like that, and that's definitely part of it, but, you know, I haven't really been able to put my finger on anything too big that's, like, you know, a main reason. But recently I've started doing something that has kind of given me a new perspective and has helped me to be a little bit more joyful, and I just want to share that a little bit before I end off stream here. Basically, I've changed my perspective a little bit about, you know, being frustrated about why am I upset, why am I depressed, you know, why do I feel this way? You know, instead of being frustrated and trying to find an answer and, you know, stressing myself out over it and, you know, getting mad at myself for feeling upset and not having a reason, or looking at, you know, how my life is going and being like, dude, nothing's going wrong. Why are you so upset all the time? I've kind of started to replace it with something that's very simple. What the frick was that? Oh, I think Yoshi just got home. Sorry, I was like, what on earth? But I've sort of replaced that with something that's kind of simple, but it's really powerful. Like, I've replaced that thinking with you're alive. You're breathing, you're alive, you're healthy. You are so incredibly blessed. You have all these things, you know, you have a roof over your head, you have clothes to wear, you have technology to use, you have food to eat. You are comfortable in your life. You don't have to worry about where your food's coming from. And you woke up this morning. That's really what it comes down to, is I just think, like, you woke up this morning. You know, God said, the world needs you today. I need you to be alive in this world for one more day. You know, I have a plan for you in this world to make a difference in somebody's life, and I need you on this planet for one more day to make that happen. And, you know, looking at it like that, it's a completely different perspective. You know, it's like, dang, you know, God said the world needed me today. So he woke me up and I'm still here, you know? It's really refreshing. It's really, really refreshing. You know, thinking about it, like, not looking at life as like this thing to be battled through or like this tribulation that you have to fight through, but looking at it as like, you know, God looked at the world and said, I need you in it today. So you're going to wake up and you're going to live another day. And, you know, that's, I don't mean that in like a sad way. I mean that in like a motivational kind of way, you know? Like, even if I feel like I'm not being productive, even if I feel like, you know, I'm a little down, I'm a little out of it, you know, I'm lonely, I'm dealing with whatever, like, I can take comfort in knowing that, you know, there's a reason for me to be on this planet today. If there wasn't, I wouldn't be on it, you know? So, you know, it's a big motivation. It's a big driving force to boost my mood when I think about it like that, you know, like, I opened my eyes this morning because God had something for me to do. Whether it's today or tomorrow or 13 years in the future, it doesn't really matter, you know? It's part of God's plan for me to stick around and wake up today. And, you know, I get to wake up to a comfortable bed and a roof and all these incredible blessings. So, you know, life's pretty great when you think about it. Even when you might not see it that way. You know, if you break it down to fundamentals, life is pretty amazing. And another thing that has really been I've been thinking about it a lot lately is I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to live the human experience for one more day. And everything that includes, you know? Including things like pain and hurt and distress. And that sounds weird, right? But think about it. If you can feel pain, that means you can feel. If you can feel hurt, that means you can feel. It means that you're alive. It means that you're breathing. It means that you're human. And the human body, the human mind is so intricate and so complex and so the levels of intricacy is, you know, it's so obvious that there was a greater power at work that made everything that is, at least, you know, to me. And even in those tough moments, even in those moments where you're feeling pain, you're feeling loneliness, you're feeling, you know? You are human, you are alive, you're breathing, and you have the ability to feel these neurons firing and sending signals to each other that all comes together to this greater experience of pain. There's this beautiful symphony of biology and psychology that's happening that is causing you to experience pain. You know, it's so strangely beautiful, even in the negative. It's so, you know, even if you're feeling pain, it means you're alive and breathing and you have the ability to feel emotion. And not everybody wakes up every day, you know. Not everybody, you know, tomorrow's not a given for anyone. And the ability to endure and experience what it's like to be a human, all of the joy, all of the pain, all of the sorrow, the success and the failure, the good and the bad, you know, it's beautiful, and it's touching, and it's, you know, again, looping it all back around to, like, God said I get another day of this. God said I get to experience this for 24 more hours. You know, it's pretty great. It's pretty great when you think about it. It's paints a whole different picture when you think about it like that. And you think about how God said the world needed you today, and you get to feel and experience and be and exist for 24 more hours. Life doesn't seem so bad when you think about it like that. So yeah, that's what's been helping me to cope a little bit and see a little bit more of the bright side. And even in, you know, what's been a tumultuous past 6 to 8 weeks emotionally, you know, breaking things down and looking at it from a different perspective has helped to bring some more positivity to my day, especially the past week or so. And so I will end the stream saying this. I've said it many times before. I'll say it many more times, God willing. Jesus loves you. He wants a relationship with you. He created you just as you are. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. You exist for a purpose on this planet. And if you trust in the Lord, He will show you that purpose. It may not come right away, but He will show you that purpose. He will use you for that purpose if you let Him. And the best decision that I have ever made and that you could ever make is to let Him in and believe in Him and experience everything that He has planned for you, because it is beautiful and it is intricate and it is greater than you could ever possibly imagine. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be all from me. Thank you all very much for being here and for watching. I love you all very much, and so does the Lord. Have a great night, everyone, and always remember, Jesus loves you. Peace.